preview the Cavs and the Pistons. We'll hear from Kenny Atkinson on his feel for tonight. We'll hear from Donovan Mitchell on bouncing back from Game 6. James Harden will talk about what Game 7 comes down to. We'll also hear from Evan and Jarrett. We'll get the Pistons side of the story, plus check in with Tim Alcorn in Detroit, and we'll go around the NBA where the Knicks await tonight's winner between the Cavs and Pistons. Meanwhile, out west, it'll be the Thunder and Spurs Game 1 tomorrow, and we're expecting an official announcement shortly that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is again the NBA MVP. Well, we are glad to have you with us. Cavs Pistons Game 7. The winner moves on to the Eastern Conference Finals to meet the New York Knicks, while the loser will head to the offseason. And what a journey it has been to get to this point. This series began on May 5th. These teams have played every other day since. Game 1 in Detroit that night. Pistons won it 111-101. Story there, Cavs 20 turnovers resulting in 31 Detroit points. Game 2 on May 7th. Pistons win it 107-97. Story in that game, Detroit 14 of 28 in threes. Cavs were 7 of 32 in three-point shooting. The scene shifted then to Cleveland for Game 3, and the Cavaliers prevailed 116-109. The memorable moment of that game, Max Strus stealing the inbound pass by Cunningham with the game tied at 104, and he drove for a layup, and the Cavs went on to finish it off. James Harden hit 3 straight shots, and the Cavs got Game 3 116-109. Then May 11th, Game 4, Donovan Mitchell, a NBA record 39-point second half, on his way to 43 points, and the Cavs beat Detroit 112-103 to close out the game and even the series. Then we go back to Detroit May 13th for a Game 5. It looked like the Pistons were going to take the 3-2 lead as the Cavs were down 9, over 2.5 minutes to play in the game, but the Cavs would shut out Detroit the rest of the regulation, and they would tie the game and then went on to win it in overtime 117-113. And then we come back Friday. All that momentum we thought maybe the Cavs got from that win, it was not there. And Game 6 was a dud for the Cavs at Rocket Arena, losing 115-94. And that sets up tonight's 7th game, the deciding game in Detroit. And the winner goes on, and the loser goes home. The Cavs lineup tonight, interesting look to it. Max Strus back in the starting lineup. He'll join Donovan Mitchell, James Harden, Evan Mobley, and Jarrett Allen. And Max started so well in that Game 5 that really kept the Cavs close. They were able to make that late game comeback. When we look back to Game 6, I don't want to spend a lot of time on it, but actually at the end of the first half, one might have thought, well, hey, the Cavs have a chance to get their act together.
Left side to Harden. Harden gave it to Mitchell. Mitchell into the paint, out front Strus. 3. Got it! Max Strus has gotten the Cavs to within 3. And this place is up and roaring.
Boy, that crowd just wanted so badly to push the Cavaliers to victory, but it just was not to be. In the third quarter, Detroit regained control of the game. We're up by 14 after 3. And went on to win it 115-94. Donovan Mitchell just 6 of 20 from the field with 18 points. Had this to say about the loss.
They were just hungry from the jump. At the end of the day, we didn't match it. So we had an opportunity. We didn't do it. So now we got to go on the road and get a win.
When asked point blank on how the Cavs could have come to a game where they had a chance to close it out at home and not bring the intensity, James Harden said,
that's a great question. You know, I think we did start off the game well. Still had the lead, and then just throughout the course of the game, we never really kicked it to that second level, or even second level, which is the level we need to get as 3 or 4, but we just never really got us to that level. We had opportunities, little small spurts, but it was never like a consistent flow on both ends of the ball.
Well, there's no reason to dwell on tonight. One thing I've learned over the years with NBA playoffs, each game really takes on its own entity, kind of as we detailed it. And you just really wonder. You hear about momentum, but sometimes it just doesn't carry over. It's just the way it is in the NBA. Now, can you get some momentum in a game? Donovan, your mindset for tonight?
I mean, everything you want is on the other side of hard. Nothing good comes easy. You know what I mean? That's kind of how you have to look at it. We could sit here and dwell on this and carry that into Sunday. What's that going to do for us, right? So, understand we have an opportunity. We missed it. Now we have another opportunity on Sunday, and that's the mindset.
Well, there's some philosophy there. Everything you want is on the other side of hard, and that's where the Cavs have placed themselves entering tonight. James Harden, what does it come down to tonight?
It's one game on the road. Like, there's no other way to put it. You know what I mean? Obviously, you got to be detailed. You got to get off to a really good start, and you got to maintain and sustain it for, entire game, however long that takes. So it really is just one game. and we got to, that's not necessarily play perfect, but we got to do the details that we've been preaching.
And the details really, no turnovers early in the game. That has really been a problem, especially up there. Jared Allen put things this way.
Definitely fatigue, but we can't let that play into it. We're professional athletes. We have some of the top bodies in the whole world. We can't let mental or physical fatigue slow us down. So we have to look past that and find a way to dig deeper.
That's what you got to do, dig deeper, and everybody's tired right now. This has been grueling every other day. They've gone at it. Now it culminates tonight. What's going to happen? We're getting closer to finding out as we head to Detroit now. Tim Alcorn set to bring you all of the action with Jim Jones and Serena Winters. Well, Tim, you've traveled with the team. This is the third time up to Detroit. Is the vibe any different than the previous two trips?
Not really, Mike. I think this team is calm. They're relaxed. Yes, they realize that they let an opportunity slip away on Friday night, but you have to put that behind you. And these guys have seen everything in NBA basketball, especially in playoff basketball. So can't let it eat at you. Get ready to go tonight.
Interesting look tonight. Kenny going back with Max Strus in the starting lineup, Tim.
Yeah, I think that's for offensive purposes. We'll talk a little bit more about that with Jim Jones and Serena Winters. But obviously, Detroit has been collapsing that defense, and it's really disrupted passing lanes and driving lanes. So if you put Max in that starting lineup, all of a sudden the spacing gets a little bit better for the Cavaliers.
And Tim, Donovan had those big games, but this team collectively, they really have not shot the three well. I was looking back at all the games, and even like in that game 2, they lose by 10, but the Cavs are 7 of 32 in threes. If they're just anywhere near their regular percentage, they didn't play as bad as maybe that score may look.
Absolutely, and they've got to knock down some three balls tonight. Again, get some spacing out of that Detroit defense. Make them come out and defend you. Mike, Cavaliers' high for three balls in this series is 14. They've done it 3 times, and usually the Cavs are in the upper teens, sometimes into 20. So they've got to improve that three-ball shooting tonight.
All right. Well, I know there's gonna be some support in that arena tonight for the Cavs, Jim. I understand that Mr. Gilbert has got like 20 busloads of Cavs fans, so it's going to be even a few more than were there the last time you were there.
How about that? Tip of the cap to Cavs owner and chairman Dan Gilbert. There will be a lot of wine and gold and a lot of folks cheering for the Cavs here tonight, and that's just terrific.
Well, let's hope they have a lot to cheer about as we look forward to your call with Jim and Serena coming up shortly as the Cavs try to win this Game 7 and move on to the conference finals. Thanks, Tim.
Sounds great. Thanks, Mike.
Tim Alcorn, he is in Detroit, Little Caesar Arena, the Cavaliers, Pistons, getting closer to Game 7. Up next, we'll hear from head coach Kenny Atkinson straight ahead on the Medical Mutual Cavaliers Audioverse.
Somber presents You Are the Reason Tour. Fresh from selling out shows all around the world. See Somber live in Cleveland. Rocket Arena, Friday, November 13th, with special guests Dove Cameron and Hannah Jadadu. Get tickets now at sombermusic.com.
Now at McDonald's, a McDouble is only $2.50. So you can get your gym gains on or just get lunch for only $2.50. Get more value on the under $3 menu.
Limited time only. Prices and participation may vary. Prices may be higher for delivery.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Cavs fans, if you've ever wanted a real piece of the game, this is your moment. The Cleveland Cavaliers and the Realists have teamed up to bring authentic game-use items to fans throughout the season. Be the first to know when new collections go live, get access to bid on exclusive items, and stay connected to the moments that matter. Visit Cavs.com/memorabilia to learn more, or text REAL to 30594 to join the list and never miss your shot at owning a piece of the game.
Now at McDonald's, a sausage McMuffin is only $1.50. So stop dreaming about breakfast sausage and go get it. Get more value on the under $3 menu.
Limited time only. Prices and participation may vary. Prices may be higher for delivery.
Some moments you never forget, like the buzzer beater that brought the house down.
Cavs out of timeout. Strus into Mobley. Back to Max. Half-court shot. Good! Good! He hit it! Cavs win!
Being a part of Cavs United, presented by KeyBank, means more than just a seat for tip-off. It's legacy, family, and it's your all-access pass to memories at Rocket Arena that'll last a lifetime. Join Cavs United for the 2026-2027 season and create more moments that matter together. Visit Cavs.com/enroll today.
The game tip is coming up, and playoff intensity is about to take over. Once again, Mike Snyder on the Huntington Tip-Off Show.
And we are getting closer to Game 7 in Detroit. Time to hear from head coach Kenny Atkinson. Brought to you by Discount Drug Mart, your pregame one-stop shop that saves you the runaround. Coach met with the media just a little bit ago, and he was asked for his feel for tonight.
Just kind of business as usual. I think as soon as we lost Game 6, it was like you flip the switch, you know, all right, start getting your mentality in the right place to come in here and get a good result.
Donovan, as you know, has always been a guy to kind of carry a lot on himself, carry a lot of responsibility. Just knowing, how badly he wants this, as obviously all the guys do. But just what are you seeing from him and how he's able to handle the weight of the moment?
Again, kind of business as usual. Don is a really routine maniac, right? Like he doesn't kind of waver, doesn't go off his routine. So, kind of just seeing him locked in, engaged as always. But I haven't seen any kind of different demeanor or anything, just kind of same old Don, preparing, routine oriented.
You mentioned Donovan. What specifically do you need from him in Game 7?
Be Donovan Mitchell. I don't know. Every game's different. Don't change. Be yourself. Rebound. Do the kind of little things. It's the playoffs. Dirty work. And obviously he knows what he's doing on the offensive side. Don't change.
You've spoken a lot about this group being an even-keeled group, regular season, big moments in the postseason. How is that a good thing in this moment?
I don't know. Emotional control is vital in high pressure situations. Emotional control. I think, like I said, just looking at some of the guys, Max has been kind of Game 7s. Donovan, James, obviously. Now Evans kind of joining that. So these guys have experience under these situations, but we're just even-keeled team. It's just gives you a little more confidence coming into an environment like this, big game like this.
Hey, Kenny, speaking of that kind of way of thinking, can you get Game 7 Jarrett Allen back tonight?
Yeah, I mean, when Jarrett Allen plays well, we usually win. It seems that way anyway, so need a big game from him.
When you've played a series that's gone this long and you're in Game 7, season's on the line, all that, you know each other so well at this point, is it less about the adjustments, the X's and O's, and more at this point just about the guys performing at a high level?
100%. I think each game goes on, a 7-game series, tactics become less and less important. Personnel, the personnel, tendencies, now it's getting them in the freeing their minds to go out and hoop. I think that's the key. You definitely don't want to overload them. Cognitive load, freezes, kind of can freeze the mind. We want our guys in a flow state where they're not thinking about, oh man, what's this pick and roll defense? But they got that. So that's an important part of the coaching piece, I think.
And then James has talked so much throughout this playoff run about adjusting to his role and learning as he's kind of gone along. We know from his past, like, he's often defined by his performance in Game 7s. What do you kind of need from James in that role that he's been playing for you today?
I don't know. He's been so good with his communication, especially with Donovan. I think they have great communication, and he communicates with us and the coaching staff at a high level. I think that helps. But, I don't know. I like I said, I just want him to free his mind, go out there and hoop. That's why it's important not to overload him or the team with tactical, information and overload him and all that. These guys have been going at it for a long time. He's got a better feel for the team now, better comfort level in this series. Just be James Harden. That, to me, that's good enough for me.
Cavaliers need their best of everybody tonight to prevail and move on in the NBA postseason and go to the Eastern Conference Finals, as these teams do know each other very well by now as they get ready for Game 7. You're locked into the Huntington Tip-Off Show. We're getting closer to the opening tip. We're back after this quick break on the Medical Mutual Cavs Audioverse.
Hear that? That's Ralphie, my poodle. And he's happy because he's about to get a piece of cheese. Yeah, there's a pill hiding in that piece of cheese, but Ralphie doesn't seem to mind. Cheese is cheese. I get all his medications at Discount Drug Mart because I know the Drug Mart pharmacy carries only the highest quality, from heartworm and flea to antibiotics and pain meds. And they're all at super low prices, so I can afford that fancy kibble he likes so much. And that makes me as happy as Ralphie. Thanks, Discount Drug Mart.
Join the action on the court in Cleveland with Caesars Sportsbook. Download the app to bet the Cavs game or all the game day excitement across the league. Plus, every bet earns with Caesars Rewards, so you can score big at more than 50 destinations. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call the Ohio Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-589-9966. Caesars Sportsbook is a proud sports betting partner of the Cleveland Cavaliers.
You ever feel like your money is just lying around? Switch to Huntington Bank, and your money is always doing something.
Like what?
Like automatically pushing more to savings so you can take that trip.
I like trips.
Who doesn't? It even tracks your progress. You're almost there.
Wow, I better pack.
And it charts your spending so you know which vacation hat you can afford.
How does it know I like hats?
Let's get more from money. Switch to Huntington Bank. Welcome. Eligibility requirements apply. Some features may require enrollment.
Hear that? That's the sound of traffic when I used to go to the pharmacy multiple times a month to pick up my prescriptions. Such a waste of time. Hear that? That's my grandkids playing in the backyard. Since I joined Discount Drug Mart's Sync Your Meds program, I have so much more time for them. Drug Mart's pharmacists make sure all my prescriptions are in stock and ready on the same day each month, so I can pick them all up with just one trip. Grandpa! Who wants a cookie? Discount Drug Mart saves me the runaround.
We're about 20 minutes away from the opening tip of Game 7. Cavaliers and the Pistons going at it. This is the Huntington Tip-Off Show. Mike Snyder in Cavs Studio Control. Max Strus in the starting lineup tonight for the Cavs, joining Mitchell, Harden, Mobley, and Allen. One thing you look at in this series, the Pistons have shot the three-point shot percentage-wise better than the Cavaliers, and that's something that really no one anticipated going into this series. Cavs are at 34%, Detroit at 38%. That's something I'm looking at, that three-point shot tonight. Can the Cavs knock down some threes? And that might be a reason why Max Strus is getting a start tonight for the Cavaliers. Donovan Mitchell was asked, well, Donovan, what is it going to take to win tonight?
It's going to take every little bit of energy, effort. We may make shots, we may miss shots. We got to stay collected, stay together. We're on the road. I have no doubt.
You know, they want to insert themselves in the game. I know that, so it's going to be a fun environment for us. And we're excited to get back to the crib.
And they are back. Welcome back to the pregame show. The two best words in sports, Game 7. The Pistons and the Cavaliers getting ready to battle for the right to punch their ticket into the Eastern Conference Finals and take on the well-rested New York Knicks this coming week. But let's take a look now around the association. And actually, before we do that, let me give you the starting lineups for tonight that are hot off of the presses. You heard Mark mention that Danis Jenkins is going to remain in the starting lineup. That worked very well on Friday night. They're going to keep it that way. JB also has Kate Cunningham, Jalen Duren, Tobias Harris, and Asar Thompson there. That's all good. There are no players out. A few guys came in questionable, but everybody 100% for this game against the Cavs at home. But as for the Cavaliers, Kenny Atkinson making a little bit of adjustment here. Max Strus, as Mark said, the X-Factor three-point shooter, he's been inserted into the starting lineup for this game. He had come off the bench before. It didn't do a whole lot 2 nights ago when that was the case, so he's replacing Dean Wade in that starting five for the Cavs. Evan Mobley, Jarrett Allen, Donovan Mitchell, and James Harden, the 4 other obvious choices that will be starting for the Cavs in this pivotal Game 7. And let's take a look now at some big news we got earlier. No other games tonight, but we did learn today that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is officially the 2026 most valuable player in the NBA. That's now back-to-back. He's the 14th player in league history to get in 2 years in a row, and obviously the list of guys that have done that is very prestigious. I know Detroit fans are still going to be chanting MVP for Cade, as they should, but SGA definitely doing some crazy stuff out there over these last 2 years. Over 31 points, 4 rebounds, 6.5 assists, and shooting 55% as a guard from the floor this year. For a different perspective, by the way, on what he's been doing. Now, remember, he's from Toronto. He's Canadian. And a guy who is very familiar with that area is Chris Bosh, who played for the Raptors for a long time. He put out a video message today to Shai this afternoon after we learned that he had won it. This is what Chris Bosh had to say.
You know, I do have some experience playing basketball north of the border. Let me tell you something. This guy is a huge inspiration, not only for his country, but for people that love the game. Just in my experience playing north of the border, you get counted out. You really don't think of basketball players being from Canada, really, even though they have a strong presence and a strong team, especially with this new generation. We wanted to be on national TV. We wanted to be shown in the States, and that always didn't happen. But we always had a whole country behind us. So, SGA, man, keep going. You're inspiring a whole new generation of players. It's wonderful. He is the new guy. Now it's on to the rest of the playoffs. So congratulations. 2-time MVP, 2 in a row. That's tough to do.
There you go. Chris Bosh there on Shai winning back-to-back MVPs. First Canadian to win back-to-back since Steve Nash, and we all know what he means to that country's basketball fans. Also, we know that the Spurs and the Thunder will be facing off for the Western Conference crown. That is going to begin tomorrow night. It's an 8:30 p.m. game from the Paycom Center in OKC. And how about this? San Antonio actually won that season series 4-1. They held the Thunder to about 106 points per game in those victories, and the Spurs scored 130 and one of those at home, so we may see a heck of a series. I cannot wait to see Victor Wembanyama against Shai and that Thunder team. Both those teams are incredibly deep. The Pistons know firsthand, based on the way they played both of them, just what those teams are capable of. If that series goes 7 games, that could definitely be an all-timer. That was Around the Association, and coming up next, we're going to get the final thoughts of head coach J.B. Bickerstaff before the ball goes up in the air tonight at LCA between the Pistons and the Cavaliers for a Game 7. You're listening to the Pistons Radio Network.
Your Detroit Pistons are Central Division champions for the first time since 2008. Now be a part of the excitement as they make their run in the 2026 NBA playoffs and bring that all-dog energy back to Little Caesars Arena. Head to Ticketmaster.com/Pistons. Secure your spot right now. You already know, this is Detroit basketball. All dog.
Club Keno Tripler Time is back, and some folks still have a few questions. So it's time for another round of CK Q&A.
Is there a Tripler Time dress code?
We call it Keno Casual.
Oh, do I need 3 friends to play Tripler Time?
No, but the more the merrier.
During Tripler Time, is it important to stay hydrated?
Yes. 3 cheers for Club Keno. This month, random tickets will be printed with a doubler or tripler message. Find one, and all your prizes will be doubled or tripled. Club Keno Tripler Time. Available on all Club Keno tickets only from the Michigan Lottery. Knowing your limits is always the best bet.
History's masterpieces wouldn't be the same without their most notable accents. Neither would the Kia Sportage without its multiple drive modes. The Kia Sorento without its expansive 12.3-inch panoramic display. Or the Kia Telluride without its 3 rows of spacious seating. The Kia SUVs. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
Life is beautiful and fragile. We fall. We get tired. And sometimes we get sick. But with Corewell Health, we are also strong. We fight disease. We battle cancer. We come together. We come back. We push forward. When the body breaks, we break through. Corewell Health. We can.
I'm Cade Cunningham. In basketball and in life, it's all about respect. It's about getting respect and giving it. Sam Bernstein Law gets big-time respect for their results, their experience, and their resources. But they give respect, too. By listening, by putting their clients first, by treating every person like family. Getting respect and giving respect. That's the Bernstein advantage.
R-E-S-P-E-C-T, that's what Bernstein means to me.
The Detroit Pistons lead the Eastern Conference and sit firmly among the NBA's top teams. Secure your 2026-27 Pistons membership powered by Ticketmaster and lock in playoff priority access. Member-only merchandise discounts and exclusive events like Meet the Team. Head to Pistons.com/memberships to lock in now. This is Detroit basketball all the time.
Well, Game 7 is here, but then Game 7 is nothing new to you in this playoff series. First Game 7, has that helped getting ready for this Game 7?
Yeah, and I think, what we try to do is eliminate, what game it is or what series it is and focus on the moment. And, again, throughout the year, I think we've done a great job of that. Our guys have done a really good job of being present and focusing on what's most important. And what's most important is the play that's right in front of you now to make. And, again, if you make enough of those positive plays, you'll get the results you want.
Has that always been your philosophy? Did you get that somewhere from your dad maybe? Or
yeah, it's just watching and being around the game and understanding just how important it is. The season is so long. If you look at it at 82 games, it can be overwhelming. But if you just break the season down day by day and show up every day and try to win that day, like you give yourself an opportunity to be process-driven, but you get good enough and the results will be what you want them to be.
Well, one of the big storylines has been Jalen Duren, but he came through big time, 15, 11, 3 blocks. What did you notice different in his play in Game 6?
The force that he played with in other areas. I thought he did a great job rebounding the basketball on both ends, having a presence in the middle of the floor on both ends. And then I think he found his spots where he could be aggressive in a one-on-one game and understanding, okay, now's my time to attack. Now's my time I need to facilitate. Now's my time I need to be a screener. And I think he started to catch a rhythm on when those opportunities were coming.
It seems to me that your team is such that it's just steady as she goes. A mistake here, a mistake there, but that you knew coming in what your team was going to do.
Yeah, we've got confidence and we've got belief in these guys because they've proven it. They've proven it time and time again that, when their back's against the wall and it matters most, they're going to find a way to achieve what we're ultimately trying to achieve. There is a trust in their emotions, right? We don't ride emotional roller coasters. We don't get down on each other. They never quit on one another. They just go out, do the job at hand, and they want to keep winning, so they keep doing it for each other.
So what do you need to do tonight?
Limit mistakes. We got to do a great job not turning the basketball over. We need to turn them over, obviously limit them to one shot, contest, rebound the basketball at a high level, and then play fast. We don't need to be in a hurry, but we need to play with 4 quarters of pace and make them chase us.
Well, here we go. All the best.
Thank you.
JB Bickerstaff, and that's our Coach's Corner. Pistons and Cavs, Game 7, coming up.
The Detroit Pistons Tonight pregame show on the Detroit Pistons Radio Network. Now, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Pistons Basketball Network. This is Detroit Pistons basketball.
It's the makeup of the men in the locker room.
Ball poked away from the side by Asar to Javonte Green. Javonte to the basket.
We don't have guys who make excuses.
What a pass. What a finish.
We have guys that show up every single day and lay it on the line for one another.
Cade to the basket. Off the glass and good. Count that, baby. And a foul.
Here are George Blaha and Rick Mahorn.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the excitement of NBA playoff basketball. Game 7 in downtown Detroit. George Blaha, happy to be joined by Piston legend Rick Mahorn, and you got to love looking at games like this, Rick, with so much on the line.
Hey, man, it's exciting. It's win or go home, and this is what I like. I'm still kind of hoarse. I don't know what it was, but I'm still kind of hoarse, but I'm so excited for Game 7.
Ricky yelled himself hoarse in Game 6. The Pistons pasted Cleveland in that one, 115-94. Scored 61 points in the second half. And the Cavaliers, I'm sure, left the court at their place a little bit dejected. They had a chance to take care of the Pistons and kick them out of the playoffs. They had to get on a plane yesterday, fly up to the Motor City. I don't know if you can guess what their psyche's like, but I know the Pistons are pumped.
Yeah, I know. You have to be pumped because this is what you worked for the regular season, to have home court advantage. And having a Game 7 is always good to have the comforts of home. But I tell you, it's a lot of pressure to also keep the break, make sure you win this game.
Because you never know. I would be at least surprised and maybe even stunned if Cleveland really, truly makes a game of this. But they're going to play 48 this evening.
Yes, they are. 48 minutes, and then we'll see who goes to the semifinals.
And they have players. They have some very good players, and they have one great player in the beard, James Harden. We're going to check and see who's healthy and who's not. And there have been some changes in the starting lineups for these two teams. We'll get to those shortly as well. This is Pistons playoff basketball from downtown Detroit at Little Caesars Arena. Brought to you by Ticketmaster.
Did you know StockX started in Detroit? From a small team in 2016 to a global marketplace today. We've stayed true to our roots, built on transparency, driven by culture. Our real-time marketplace gives you access to buy and sell the latest sneakers, streetwear, apparel, and more. From the greatest grails to the hottest drops, every release you're looking for is here, even after it sells out. Built in Detroit. Trusted worldwide. Download the app or sign up online. StockX. Now you know.
Piston fans, dunks, dimes, and no-looks are great on TV, but catching them from the hardwood is a whole different experience, especially during the 2026 NBA playoffs, presented by Google. As the official ticket marketplace of the Detroit Pistons and the NBA, Ticketmaster gets you to every round of the playoffs so you can experience all the sights, sounds, and styles, from seeing your favorite Piston stars up close to being there when the champions are crowned. Even if you're headed to the game last minute, Ticketmaster's got your back when it comes to scoring playoff tickets. Get tickets at Ticketmaster.com/Pistons.
Rougiette is helping men take control of their sexual health with Ready, the 3-in-1 ED treatment that works in as fast as 15 minutes. At Rougiette.com, board-certified doctors build your personalized treatment plan with meds shipped discreetly to your door. 100% online, zero judgment, just ED treatment formulated with proven ingredients. Rougiette, official men's prescription partner of the Detroit Pistons. Get started at Rougiette.com/Pistons. That's RUGIET.com/Pistons.
It's an exciting season for our Detroit Pistons. But you don't have to play for the team to get the same elite health care that keeps them at their best.
I don't box out defenders in mesh shorts, but my hip is back in the game.
I'm not a Piston, but I'm running on all cylinders after back surgery. I am Henry.
I am Henry.
Henry Ford Health, official team physicians of the Detroit Pistons. Visit henryford.com/teamdocs.
See the future of basketball with the Motor City Cruise, the official G League affiliate of the Detroit Pistons. Enjoy high-energy action, family-friendly fun, giveaways, free parking, and mascot appearances at Wayne State Fieldhouse. Create a family tradition with the 2026-27 membership today at cruisebasketball.com/membership.
Together, let's drive.
God's early light would so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose by stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rang glad, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Man, there are anthems and there are anthems. Maiasia Moore just knocked it out of the park here, Rick, before this Game 7.
You know we're the home of Motown, so it's always going to be those great singers.
She rose to the occasion. The fans loved it. Let's check the health of the players now. Brought to you by Henry Ford Health. There's only one guy sidelined, and that's Larry Nance Jr. for Cleveland with an illness. The Henry Ford Health Injury Report is presented by Henry Ford Health, all for you. The starting lineups, there have been a couple of changes, and Rick Mahorn's keys to winning, and the opening tip for Game 7 coming up in just a moment. This is the Pistons Playoff Basketball Network, brought to you by Ticketmaster.
Club Keno Tripler time is back, and some folks still have a few questions. So it's time for another round of CK Q&A.
Is there a Tripler time dress code?
We call it Keno Casual.
Oh, do I need 3 friends to play Tripler time?
No, but the more the merrier.
During Tripler time, is it important to stay hydrated?
Yes. 3 cheers for Club Keno. This month, random tickets will be printed with a doubler or tripler message. Find one, and all your prizes will be doubled or tripled. Club Keno Tripler time. Available on all Club Keno tickets only from the Michigan Lottery. Knowing your limits is always the best bet.
History's masterpieces wouldn't be the same without their most notable accents. Neither would the Kia Sportage without its multiple drive modes. The Kia Sorento without its expansive 12.3-inch panoramic display. Or the Kia Telluride without its 3 rows of spacious seating. The Kia SUVs. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
John Mason making the introductions right now. And for the second game in a row, after Game 6 down in Cleveland, he just announced that Danish Jenkins will start in the backcourt with Cade. Asar Thompson, Tobias Harris, and Jalen Duren are up front. And for Cleveland, I can sense a bit of panic maybe. Dean Wade, their defender, distance shooter, guy with some size at small forward, is not going to start this game. They're going with streak shooting Max Strus, along with Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, Donovan Mitchell, and James Harden. What does that tell you, Ricky?
Well, it just tells me that they're looking for another scorer. Dean Wade has not been that scorer for them. So you figure they're making adjustments. Kenny Atkinson's doing that. But when you look at it in the scheme of things, it's the last game. You got to find something that's going to work.
What would your keys to winning be in this one for our friends at StockX?
Well, similar to what J.B. Bickerstaff said in his interview. Run with force, but run with control. You got to control the pace, but run as soon as you get the rebound. Don't allow second chance opportunities for the Cleveland Cavaliers, but you also got to take care of the basketball. That will get you a win, and that'll make you advance into the Eastern Conference Finals.
Eastern Conference Finals. That's the next step for this Detroit Piston team. The officials will have, as they have in the past, at least a little something to do with this. The lead official, veteran Mark Davis. The other two officials have been around as well, Ben Taylor and Kevin Scott. So that's the name of that tune. Now it's time to play some basketball. We waited all day long. I think sometimes players get a little antsy for an 8 o'clock tip.
I was antsy after we won that game. I wanted to play the next day, but I'll tell you right now, it's win or go home now.
I told Rick after Game 6 he couldn't talk on the plane on the way back. He couldn't help himself. He talked a little, but I think you have protected your voice.
Oh, I tried to, but
Sound good, man.
I'll tell you right now, Georgia, I didn't say much when I was at home. Couldn't scream and yell at the dogs or the kids, but it was fun just to relax, but also be antsy enough to go to this game.
All dog mentality for the Pistons. We're going to get you a tie or something with dogs on it, or maybe a sweatshirt. But
Well,
Rick,
I got that too.
okay. Joe Abramson is our statistician. Chris Villar is your basketball host. Denny Winotsky is our studio engineer. And Tim Jetski is our engineer here courtside. In front of us, 3 NBA champions. One of the bad boys, John Long, and 2 of the going to work champs, Rip Hamilton and Big Ben Wallace.
Got to keep it in the family.
We've got champions everywhere, including Rick.
So you got James Buddha Edwards here, and you got Vinny Johnson, who's in his suite. He's here. I mean, this is just great feeling for guys that played.
This is like a be there or be square day, man.
Yep.
This is so very important to not only this team and their fans, but this city. Isaiah Thomas is in the front row sitting next to Arn Tellem, who is, of course, the Pistons vice chairman. Tom Gores and his family across the way.
Got to set the tone.
Pistons wearing their Piston blue jerseys. In the old days, you'd call those the road colors. Jared Allen and J.D. jump it up, and it's tapped by Allen. He quick jump to tip. James Harden has the basketball on the left wing. Sideline left to Mobley. He's been working the hoop to our right in front of the Piston bench. First possession of Game 7. Mobley backs on Tobias. Gets to the paint, takes a bump, flips it. And Donovan Mitchell lobs it, and stuffing it down is Mobley.
Well, Cleveland want to strike first blood.
Cade's fighting his way to forecourt against Strus. He's got all kinds of hands on him. He won't be able to do that all game, I don't believe. Danis Jenkins takes a pass, sideline left, and triples. Danis with a long gun. Couldn't be bothered, could he?
No, he could not.
Pistons lead him 3-2. The Beard up the left side. Top side to Mobley. His long gun's off the heel. Rebound Cade. Way up for Tobias. Trying to save it and does to Cade on the left wing. Inside for Tobias. Takes it to the basket. Batted away. Donovan Mitchell got a piece of that. Mitchell to forecourt. Mitchell down the lane. Mitchell down deep for Jared Allen and the dunk.
We got 2 baskets in the painted area.
4-3 Cleveland out of the gate. Cade forecourt topside. Leaves it there for Danis. Danis with a drive. A floating gun from in front. Dances on the rim. Won't drop. Mobley with a rebound. To Donovan Mitchell. Mitchell up the left side. Goes left baseline. Deep right to Harden. Right corner to Donovan Mitchell. Mitchell against Tobias. Here's the jumper. Off iron. Cade with a rebound. J.B. Bickerstaff wants the Pistons to push it. They lob it inside. Asar missed a reverse dunk with his back to the basket. Cleveland to forecourt. Strus in front. Jared Allen throws it up and in. So it's 6-3 Cavaliers.
Got 3 baskets in the paint right now. Well, you know Cleveland's going to come out with a lot of energy.
Cade on top against Strus. Cade deep on the right wing, takes it sideline right, works against Harden. He's backing him down, gets to the lane, turns, fires, it's in and out to Mobley. Pistons might be just a little nervous here out of the gate. Donovan Mitchell to the basket, so much on the line, lobs it, Jared Allen scores,
and a foul.
And draws a foul. Jared Allen with the deuce, that makes it 8-3.
Yeah, Jared Allen with 6 points in the paint.
Then the foul's on Danis. 3 assists for Donovan Mitchell. First free throw, the and one free throw for Allen off the front iron. Pistons to forecourt. Cade on top against Strus. Keeps that dribble. Right corners to Asar. Deep right to Tobias. Tobias with a crossover. Spins to the lane. Fires from 10. It's going to be off the rim. No. Mobley with the rebound.
Got to give it to Cleveland. Good defense.
Donovan Mitchell to forecourt. Mitchell against Danis. Spins to the lane. Gets to the rim. Tried to wind up and throw it down. He hit the floor. Knocked down too was Tobias.
Got numbers.
Pistons in forecourt. Danis to the right wing. Danis to the right sideline. Jacks up a 3, and it's through! Danis Jenkins with a couple of early long guns.
They're going to check that, Dale. They'll check that. Might be a 2.
Right now they've listed it as a 2. Makes it 8-5. James Harden up the left side against Tobias. Harden backs up now with 4 on the clock. Gets to the lane. Shoots a pass right corner. Mobley with 1/10 of a second to go on the clock. Misses a 3. Asar with a rebound. The outlet tapped away by Cleveland, but scooped up by Cade. Off to Danis. Passes on another 3 and sent it left corner for Tobias. It was tipped out of bounds by the Cavaliers. Replay kind of shows that
they'll
Danis
check
had
it.
a legitimate 3 from the right sideline a moment ago. Here comes Danis to the right elbow. Right baseline to Asar. Asar against Mobley in front to JD. Fires in and out. Tough luck miss to Mobley.
Little nervousness right now.
4 rebounds now for Mobley.
Long game, though.
Harden on top. Pounds the dribble. Gets down deep. Lays it off for Jared Allen. Got it blocked. Asar got it. Pistons run it out. Tobias to the rim. Drew a foul.
Man, Asar was elevated. His head was above the rim.
Strus commits the foul. That puts Tobias at the free throw line.
Two-pointer has been changed to a three. Yeah, I knew that was a three-pointer. They changed it. That's why some officials look and wait to see if it's a three or if it's a foul.
It's now 8-6 officially. And still 8-6 as the first free throw for Tobias is in and out.
Nerves got to settle a little bit. I feel the nervousness over here.
Me too. You win and you go to the Eastern Conference Finals. Tobias gets the second to fall. It's 8-7 Cleveland. James Harden left-handing up the left side. Has it on top now against Tobias. Keeps that dribble. Clock's at 7. Now he'll launch a three. It's off the heel. Way up for the rebound. Taylor Durant poked away, though, by Allen. Left sideline to Strus. Misses the three. Jared Allen has that rebound. Left wing to Strus. Misses another three. Tobias boards that one. Tobias up the middle. Drops it in the paint to J.D. Back to Tobias, topside. Here's the long gun. It is short. And it is out of bounds. Off of Sar Thompson. Pistons will take a timeout. 6:34 to play in the first. They've fallen behind by 1 in the early going in Game 7 of the Eastern Conference semifinals. The Cavaliers 8, the Pistons 7. This is the Pistons Playoff Basketball Network for Ticketmaster.
I'm Cade Cunningham. In basketball and in life, it's all about respect. It's about getting respect and giving it. Sam Bernstein Law gets big-time respect for their results, their experience, and their resources. But they give respect, too, by listening, by putting their clients first, by treating every person like family. Getting respect and giving respect, that's the Bernstein advantage.
R-E-S-P-E-C-T, that's what Bernstein means to me.
Together, let's drive.
Diversified Members Credit Union has been proudly serving Metro Detroit for nearly 100 years. DMCU brings the hustle, shares the wealth, and goes hard in the paint for its members. Whether you're budgeting for everyday life or saving up for your next big play, DMCU is here to help you slam dunk your financial goals. Because when Detroit wins, we all win. Visit DMCU.com to join the team today. That's DMCU.com. Member NCUA.
That commercial break brought to you in part by Kia, an official vehicle sponsor of your Detroit Pistons. The Pistons generally beat up the other guys in the paint, but so far in this one, Cleveland with 8 points in the paint and the Pistons 0. Nothing for 6 on shot tries from the lane. The Pistons shooting just 2 for 9. Cavaliers 4 for 12. Tight ball game so far.
Very tight ball game. Pistons are 2 for 9, like you said, from the field. You know, got to make sure that, you know, you got to run with force, but it's a lot of nerves in this game.
Cleveland has tried 6 triples. They're nothing for 6. The Pistons 2 for 3 from behind the long line. Those makes by Danish Jenkins the only 2 hoops for the Pistons so far. All the critical calls in this one from the officials are brought to you by Corewell Health, reminding you that together we can overcome any obstacle and fight any battle. Dean Wade and Sam Merrill checking in for Cleveland to see if they can do something about that 0 for 6 mark for the Cavaliers behind the long line. J.B. Bickerstaff will go to his bench for Karis LeVert. Kay Cunningham will get a brief rest.
And that's his usual time right now.
They like to do that in the first quarter. I like it. Harden with the basketball in backcourt for Cleveland. Moving it left to right across your radio. Harden up top against Asar. Coming to screen, Jarrett Allen. Harden to the right wing. Shovels it top side to Strus. Harden gets it back. 4 on the clock. Now 3 on the clock. He's on the right wing. Crosses over. Steps back deep left. Fires. And it's down.
Great defense.
But they were late with the shot. Did not beat the shot clock.
Great 24 seconds of defense, baby.
Yeah, it was. They ran out of time. Still 8-7 Cleveland. Karis LeVert will left hand up the middle for the Pistons. Is it left wing to Jalen Duren. Inside against Jarrett Allen. Hooks from in front is short. Rebound comes off to Harden. Harden up the right side all the way across the court to Dean Wade for a long gun that goes. Wade, a great standstill shooter. A triple makes it 11-7 Cavaliers. Jalen Duren on the right wing. Jalen Duren fights his way to the basket. Flips it up off glass and good.
That was a strong move.
Along the way, Jarrett Allen was on the floor. Harden to forecourt. Pistons lead him 11-9. Harden met deep on the left by Karis LeVert. He'll force and miss. But he acted a little bit.
Ball on the side.
And got himself a foul call.
The ball on the side before he even shot the ball.
A side out. It is a foul on Karis. Harden bounces topside to Jarrett Allen. Hooks it into the paint to Strus. Deeper to Wade. And Wade gets a dunk.
All their points have been in the paint.
13-9 Cleveland. Karis LeVert left-handing right side. LeVert deep right to Danis. Danis brings it topside. Clock at 10. Here's the long gun. It is off the heel, off the rim, but tapped in by JD. He was right there. Didn't get after it until he should, but he tipped it in. 13-11. Pistons knock it away. Karis LeVert knocks it away, gets to the basket, lays it in.
Timeout,
we are
Cleveland.
tied at 13.
Timeout, Cleveland.
Cavaliers taking a timeout. Kenny Atkinson's going to use the time to yell at the officials. But it's the Pistons who really upset him. They've come back to tie it up at 13. We have 4:33 to play in the first quarter in downtown Detroit. Game 7, Eastern Conference semifinals. The Pistons 13, Cleveland 13. This is the Pistons Playoff Basketball Network for Ticketmaster.
Piston fans, dunks, dimes, and no-looks are great on TV, but catching them from the hardwood is a whole different experience, especially during the 2026 NBA playoffs, presented by Google. As the official ticket marketplace of the Detroit Pistons and the NBA, Ticketmaster gets you to every round of the playoffs so you can experience all the sights, sounds, and styles, from seeing your favorite Piston stars up close to being there when the champions are crowned. Even if you're headed to the game last minute, Ticketmaster's got your back when it comes to scoring playoff tickets. Get tickets at Ticketmaster.com/Pistons.
It's an exciting season for our Detroit Pistons. But you don't have to play for the team to get the same elite health care that keeps them at their best.
I don't box out defenders in mesh shorts, but my hip is back in the game.
I'm not a Piston, but I'm running on all cylinders after back surgery. I am Henry.
I am Henry.
Henry Ford Health, official team physicians of the Detroit Pistons. Visit henryford.com/teamdocs.
Your Detroit Pistons are Central Division champions for the first time since 2008. Now be a part of the excitement as they make their run in the 2026 NBA playoffs and bring that all-dog energy back to Little Caesars Arena. Head to Ticketmaster.com/Pistons. Secure your spot right now. You already know, this is Detroit basketball. All dog.
Looking in front of us, we have champions John Long, Rip Hamilton, and Ben Wallace. Champion Rick Mahorn with us on the mic. Champion Isaiah Thomas sitting on the baseline. Champions Vinnie Johnson and James Edwards in the house. But as I look in front of us, Joe Abramson, our statistician, you know these guys count these numbers.
Oh, yeah, they do.
He says if they had a game of horse between John Long and Rip Hamilton, nobody would get a letter.
True that. I agree.
Great to have them here. Great to have all these fans here. They're making a bunch of noise as the Pistons have rallied to tie the score at 13. Kenny Atkinson went back to his normal starter, Dean Wade, and Wade has contributed a 3 and a jam.
5 quick points for him. They're been.
They still have Wade, Sam Merrill, James Harden, Max Strus, and Jared Allen on the court. Isaiah Stewart checks in for the Pistons. So does Duncan Robinson, the doctor of distance. So it's Stu, Cade, Duncan, Karis LeVert, and Asar. Harden inbounds in backcourt, 4:33 to play in the first. We're tied at 13. Winners go on vacation for both these teams. Strus to forecourt. Left wing to Jared Allen. Leaves it there for Wade. Wade in the left wing for Allen. Left corner to Merrill. Triple try, through for 3.
They're setting back picks to get him open.
Cade to forecourt against Dean Wade. Top side now to Karis LeVert. Pushing out on him is Merrill. May have fouled him, didn't get a call. Left wing goes to Cade. Cade to the baseline, fires, fills it from 15. Cleveland by 1. They got that 3 from Merrill. The Pistons counter with a deuce from Cade. Merrill down the lane, baseline left to Jared Allen. Fires no, it's way long. Rebounded by Cade. Bounces it to Asar. Asar starts down the lane.
Oh, he got him good.
Jumping in front of him was Merrill.
He paid for that one.
That may be an offensive foul, but that was a nasty collision for Merrill.
You got to make it if you're going to take it.
Offensive foul, Asar.
He was still moving.
With that collision and his feet spread apart, it's understandable why the official made that call. Merrill's acting like maybe he got a tooth dislodged.
Well, he wouldn't have got up if it was me.
I think you're right, Rick. I'd never argue with you, man. Here comes Mobley to forecourt. Deep right to Harden.
A lot of picks. It's crazy.
Harden down the lane, lays it up, lays it in. Marcus Sasser is checked in. He scored over Sasser. 18-15 Cleveland. Cade cross courts to Sasser. Marcus right corner to Karis LeVert against Harden. Karis tried to bounce it inside for Duncan Robinson. Pushed back toward Cade, left wing, misses a 3. And it's out of bounds to Cleveland.
Shot clock violation, but it's a lot of physical play right now. The Pistons, the referees are letting them play.
2:56 to play, first quarter. Cleveland 18, the Pistons 15. Mobley up the middle for Cleveland. Men on top by Stu. Bounce into the paint intended for Merrill. Knocked away by Marcus Sasser. Out of bounds to Cleveland. Dennis Schroeder will check in momentarily for the Cavs. Harden will inbound from the right sideline. Over Cade. Top side to Mobley. Mobley against Stu. Tries to drive it. Dishes it wide right to Merrill. Merrill up shooting, an air ball. Rebound off Dean Wade and out of bounds. Not out of bounds. He saved it for Mobley, and Mobley was able to hit the jumper. Hustle play by Wade. And Mobley scores, and it's 21-15. Cade up the right side. Stop and go to the baseline. Floating gun goes. 21-17. Pistons down 4. Harden to forecourt. Left-hand dribble, left side. Harden on the wing against Duncan Robinson. Harden to the lane. Up fake and a shot off the front iron. But they're going to say Duncan bought the fake and brushed him.
Well, he bought the fake. Sometimes you got to come down on a guy if he's going to pump fake like that. Got to make him earn it.
2:01 to play in the first. James Harden at the line to the right. Free throw is in and out. Had great rotation, almost too much. He spun it back and out. Still 21-17. Cleveland leads it. 2:01 to play in the first. Second for James Harden is up and it's in. 22-17. Cade to forecourt for the Pistons, who trail by 5. Cade to the left elbow. Left corner, Duncan Robinson launches a three. But there's a foul inside. Isaiah Stewart pushed down.
No, it's a foul on Harden. Fouling the doctor of distance.
Yeah, he fouled Harden, but Stu was shoved down in the lane as well. Pulled down by, I think, Donovan Mitchell. But Mitchell avoided the foul. They called it on Harden. Duncan Robinson fouled on the shot try. He'll get 3, so that's the good news for Piston fans. The first is up and it's in. Duncan Robinson, second free throw, in and out.
It's not a lot of free throws being attempted this period.
Pistons now 2 for 4. Cleveland's 1 for 3. Third for Duncan on the way and down. 22-19. Pistons within 3. A minute and 44 to play in the first. Shooters in the ballgame for Cleveland. In the paint for Donovan Mitchell. Well, they move the ball in a hurry to the left corner. And Merrill's there and drains it from downtown.
They're 4 for 11 from three-pointer.
There's LeVert up the right side for the Pistons. Left corner for Marcus Sasser. Long gun, off the rim, no, to Schroeder. Donovan Mitchell has it now. Right-handing, right side. Top side for Mobley, hands back to Mitchell. Mitchell launches from the top and it drops. Their shots are falling, they're dangerous. It's 28-19.
They got 3 three-point shooters out there.
Cade to forecourt, has it on top. Takes it baseline left. Up fake on Wade. Wing on the left to Marcus Sasser. Crossover drive. In the crowd. Sends it way outside to the right. Harris LeVert shot is short. Cavaliers board it. Send it forecourt to Schroeder. Leaves it for Merrill. Merrill to Donovan Mitchell at the top. Mitchell to the right wing. Keeps that dribble. Gets to the lane. Throws it up. No. Harris LeVert with a rebound. Knocked Duncan Robinson down to get it. by any means necessary. It's game 7. Marcus Sasser between the circles. Shot clock down to 10, 13 seconds to play in the first. Pistons trail 28-19. Sasser left wing. Here's the 3, and it's through. Marcus Sasser, a confident deep shooter, drains that one. Cleveland gets it in the hands of Mitchell, and he banked it in as time ran out. Off the glass and good for Donovan Mitchell. A three from way downtown.
Prior to expiration of the period that we reviewed as per rule.
Cavaliers have hit 6 of their last 7 from behind the long line. They didn't have a make until then. They're now 6 out of 13. At the end of 1 in downtown Detroit in game 7. It's Cleveland 31.
Replay has confirmed the home court decision, successful 3-point field goal prior to
This is the Pistons Playoff Basketball Network for Ticketmaster.
Together, let's drive.
Life is beautiful and fragile. We fall. We get tired. And sometimes we get sick. But with Corewell Health, we are also strong. We fight disease. We battle cancer. We come together. We come back. We push forward. When the body breaks, we break through. Corewell Health. We can.
Diversified Members Credit Union has been proudly serving Metro Detroit for nearly 100 years. DMCU brings the hustle, shares the wealth, and goes hard in the paint for its members. Whether you're budgeting for everyday life or saving up for your next big play, DMCU is here to help you slam dunk your financial goals. Because when Detroit wins, we all win. Visit DMCU.com to join the team today. That's DMCU.com. Member NCUA.
I'm Cade Cunningham. In basketball and in life, it's all about respect. It's about getting respect and giving it. Sam Bernstein Law gets big-time respect for their results, their experience, and their resources. But they give respect, too. By listening, by putting their clients first, by treating every person like family. Getting respect and giving respect. That's the Bernstein advantage.
R-E-S-P-E-C-T, that's what Bernstein means to me.
A commercial break brought to you by Kia, an official vehicle sponsor of your Detroit Pistons. Cavaliers had 3 guys with a half a dozen, and Dean Wade tacked on 5. Allen had 6. Donovan Mitchell had 6. Sam Merrill had 6. On the Pistons side of the ledger, Danis Jenkins with those 2 early threes leads the Pistons with 6. Jalen Duren with 4 and 3 rebounds.
Right now, it's ball movement, and Cleveland's moving the ball with 10 assists to the Pistons, 2. But they're getting 3-point shots.
Cavaliers came in here without a Game 6 hangover. Fired up and ready to go, and they lead 31-22 after 1. Pistons start the second. Duncan Robinson from the lane throws it up. It's around. It's down. Nice touch by Duncan Robinson, and he was not downtown. The doctor of distance was in the paint. Merrill in forecourt. Nearly lost it to Duncan Robinson at the timeline. Duncan gets the steal. Duncan starts down the lane, and Donovan Mitchell knocks it away.
Foul on Merrill.
Foul called, as Ricky said, on Sam Merrill.
Good defense by Duncan Robinson, keeping his hands very active. Should have been a breakaway.
Detroit.
Pistons inbound on the side. Cade, top side to Wassar. Paul Reed has checked it in the middle. Cade on the right wing. Step back three.
Foul on Merrill again.
Off the iron. And there's a foul called on Sam Merrill before the shot. Two team fouls on the Cavs already. A little over a half a minute here in the second. They lead 31-24. Cade topside for the Pistons. Moving the right to Duncan Robinson. Back to Cade on top. Pump fake on Wade. Gets to the basket. Scoops and scores. He lost Dean Wade along the way. 6 for Cade. Cavaliers now by 5. Donovan Mitchell quickly to the left baseline, though, and he laid it up and in. He already has 8. It's 33-26 Cavaliers. Star Thompson to the right baseline. Quick half hook off the glass and off the iron and out of bounds to Cleveland. 10:48 to play in the first half. Dennis Schroeder to forecourt. Schroeder whips it topside to Mobley, open for a 3. It's off the heel. Wade with the rebound, sideline left to Donovan Mitchell, missed the 3. Rebound inside by Mobley. Ball knocked away from Mobley.
Long shots
by Paul Reed.
Long shots, long rebounds. Got to make sure you put a body on somebody.
We'll call a foul on Paul. Mobley at the free throw line. Pistons were down 9 after 1. Biggest lead either way in the ball game. Mobley's first free throw here is up and in. Mobley doesn't have the ball yet. Finally gets it from the official. Ready to send the second. Does, and it's around and off. Star Thompson with a rebound. Marcus Sasser to forecourt. It's a screen midway up the court from Paul Reed. Cross courts to Cade. Cade in the left wing against Donovan Mitchell. Puts it on the floor. Caught in the crowd inside. Fires from in front. No. Rebound Mobley.
Got to move the ball a little bit more.
Dennis Schroeder and now Donovan Mitchell. Mitchell driving. Dishes to Mobley for a dunk. And a rim hang. It's 36-26 Cleveland. Crowd a little bit stunned here as Cade comes up the middle. Winging it right to Paul Reed, shoved down by Donovan Mitchell.
And Donovan Mitchell pushed him and said, okay, I'll take the foul.
2 seconds. Harden comes back for the Cavaliers.
Sometimes you just got to take a foul to make a team respect you. So I'm just saying, it's like, okay, this is how it's going to be. I got 6 of them.
3 team fouls, though, on Cleveland already. Pistons with 1. Cade on top. Cade against Mitchell on the right wing. Cade's pass inside, intended for Asar, batted out by Mobley. Shot clock's down to 6. Cade will inbound from the right baseline. Looks and looks and looks and finally finds Marcus Sasser on the right sideline. Leaves it there for Duncan Robinson. A long 3, won't go through. Rebound Paul Reed. Topside bounce to Sasser. He's open for a 3. In and out. Rebound to Sarr. Grabbed from behind by Donovan Mitchell. So a couple of quick fouls on Mitchell.
That's the 4th team foul.
So the Cavs foul meter mounts here. Rick said that's 4 team fouls. Pistons have only 1. Duncan Robinson, topside to Cade, to give back to Duncan. Right sideline to Paul Reed. Reed with 5 on the clock, gets to the lane, fires from in front, off the glass and off the iron, into the hands of Dennis Schroeder. Forecourt to Mitchell. Mitchell trying to head to the basket, stripped by Sasser. Foul is called on Cade by Mark Davis.
Could challenge it, but right now it's kind of early.
There were 2 fouls on the play, a grab by Sasser and a grab by Cade on the attempted steal. He's certainly not interested in having a foul meter mount for Cade. Meantime, Donovan Mitchell at the line on the right has missed the first free throw. Cavaliers now 2 out of 6 at the charity stripe. Mobley and Wade come out. Strus checks in. And Harden. Anxious crowd here. 9 and 11 to play in the first half. Mitchell hits the second free throw. Cleveland has their biggest lead. They're up 11, 37-26. 9 minutes to play in the first half. Tobias to forecourt, hands it left wing to Duncan Robinson, topside to Cade. Cade bouncing it inside for Paul Reed, shot blocked by Jared Allen. Great defense by Allen. Cavs to forecourt. Allen has it on the right baseline. Gives to Schroeder on the right wing. He'll drop it down to Allen. He's got Tobias on him deep. Coming to double team is Paul Reed. They squeeze the trap.
It's on Tobias.
Whistle and a foul. It's the first on Tobias.
A lot of things Cleveland is being the aggressors. Right now, they're getting into the painted area. They got 16 points in the paint with 16 rebounds and 12 assists.
Allen has missed the first free throw. All those misses add up. They're now 3 for 8 from the stripe.
And you got to close that distance right now. Pistons are struggling from the floor.
Allen's second free throw is up and it's in. Cavaliers lead 38-26. Pistons to forecourt. Cade against Strus, left side. Wide left to Tobias. Against Donovan Mitchell. Harden comes to double. In front to Asar, lays it up lefty. Somehow it rolled off. Jared Allen with a rebound. And the Cavaliers come to forecourt. 8:15 to play in the half. They have the Pistons down a dozen. Mitchell, stop and go to the left baseline. Shot batted away from behind.
Asar with the block.
Asar. That's 2 blocks for Asar. Jalen Durham will check back in for the Pistons. Cavaliers inbound. Mitchell left corner against Tobias. Clock at 2, now it's at 1. On top to Harden, and they're run out of shot clock. Another 24-second violation on the Cavs.
That's their fourth turnover.
Kenny Atkinson, a little upset about that. Pistons to forecourt. Cade back near the timeline, takes it right wing, launches a 3. It won't go through. Harden had the rebound, knocked away from him and out of bounds by Tobias. They'll call a foul on Tobias Harris.
It's 2 on him. 4th team foul.
So no free throws, but the team fouls are 4-4. Still with 7:44 to play in the first half. We could have a parade to the free throw line in the final moments. Schroeder, right hands up the right side. Stop and go, comes through the paint. Dishes it left corner to Merrill, and he triples again from his favorite spot. Sam Merrill, 3 out of 4 from distance. And there's some Cleveland fans in here. Dan Gilbert brought busloads. of fans. 25 busloads, as a matter of fact, and they're making some noise. They lead in the ball game 41-26. 7.5 to play in the first half. This is the Pistons Playoff Basketball Network, presented by Ticketmaster.
Welcome to basketball's biggest stage.
Somebody will reach basketball immortality.
Welcome to the NBA Finals.
That's basketball at its finest.
This is about more than a game, more than a series. This is about legacy.
You are watching what greatness is all about.
Tune in to see who performs under the brightest lights and who writes their way into history. The 2026 NBA Finals begin Wednesday, June 3rd on ABC.
Piston fans, dunks, dimes, and no-looks are great on TV, but catching them from the hardwood is a whole different experience, especially during the 2026 NBA playoffs, presented by Google. As the official ticket marketplace of the Detroit Pistons and the NBA, Ticketmaster gets you to every round of the playoffs so you can experience all the sights, sounds, and styles, from seeing your favorite Piston stars up close to being there when the champions are crowned. Even if you're headed to the game last minute, Ticketmaster's got your back when it comes to scoring playoff tickets. Get tickets at Ticketmaster.com/Pistons. The Detroit Pistons lead the Eastern Conference and sit firmly among the NBA's top teams. Secure your 2026-27 Pistons membership powered by Ticketmaster and lock in playoff priority access, member-only merchandise discounts, and exclusive events like Meet the Team. Head to Pistons.com/memberships to lock in now. This is Detroit basketball all the time.
Now let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Pistons Basketball Network.
Cavaliers have outscored the Pistons 10-4 here in the second to take a 41-26 lead.
Well, they're shooting 43% from 3, 7 of 16.
They started 0 for 6. They made 7 of their last 10, according to our numbers man, Joe Abramson. That has to end here pretty soon. Law of averages would say so, and maybe some Piston defense could cool them off. Donovan Mitchell leads with 9. Mobley has 8. Jared Allen has 7. And Sam Merrill, with those 9, is 3 out of 4 from downtown.
It's got to get grittier. You gotta get nasty. It's like, okay, you're gonna play defense on me 94 feet, then I'm gonna hit you with a nice pick.
Pistons will inbound into that defense in the backcourt from Strus.
And then sometimes you just gotta have Cade to play off ball.
Cade to forecourt. Has a topside screen from JD. Left corner dish to Karis LeVert, and the long gun goes. Big time basket right there in the clutch for Karis LeVert.
And that was good ball movement.
Cavaliers in the paint to Jared Allen. Lost the ball on the way to the rim. Karis LeVert knocked it out of bounds. 7:04 to play in the first half. Cleveland 41, the Pistons 29.
Best thing about this is now the game's long.
Harden tried to bounce it into the paint, and Cade swiped it to LeVert. Left corner, Duncan Robinson takes it down the lane of the basket.
Schroeder was faking.
Danis Jenkins is called for the foul. He got Schroeder.
Said Duncan Robinson threw his shoulder into his head, but it looks like it is his hand. Oh, man.
They say Duncan Robinson.
This play is under review to see if it meets the criteria for a flagrant foul.
He just brushed him, and Schroeder went down like he was hit by Rocky Marciano. Oh, Muhammad Ali.
Oh, my gosh. They should.
Thomas Hearns is in the house. He didn't get hit by anybody anywhere near.
Replay confirms the on-floor decision. There was no excessive, no wind-up, no impact, no follow-through. Therefore, this remains an offensive foul.
Just an offensive foul, despite the fact that Schroeder acted like he was knocked out. It didn't work, Dennis.
It did work to get him an offensive foul. Sat there and felt like I got hit in my eye. I give him something hidden in his eye. Ask Mark Price.
That takes the ball away from the Pistons, gives it to Cleveland. They lead 41-29.
What about this little elbow that Harden is shooting out there?
Merrill to the left baseline, leaning, high glass gun goes. Sam Merrill is a born shooter. He has 11. He's 4 out of 5. Cade, forecourt for the Pistons. Tried to dump it deep to JD. Swipe by Jared Allen. Cavaliers a step ahead of the Pistons at this point. James Harden up the left side. Down deep to Jared Allen. Reverses and scores it. Cleveland strikes again. They're up 45-29. Karis LeVert to forecourt. Karis to the right baseline. Shot's going to be short.
Harden with a foul.
Harden's acting like he got hit. Second foul on James Harden. At the line, Karis LeVert.
So far, Cleveland is being the aggressor. Got to make sure that you got to calm down, knowing that you're home, knowing that thing's going to, sooner or later, you're going to get some momentum.
We're going to rest Cade for a minute with 6:08 to play in the second. Karis LeVert's first free throw on the Harden foul that he objected to is up and in, and so is the second. 45-31, the lead's 14. They've led by 16. Harden to forecourt. Fake to get another foul on a contact with Danius Jenkins. That was a near perfect headback flop. Mark Davis and the guys are buying him.
You can challenge that. Oh, man.
He didn't even get hit. He did not get hit. And he's at the line. Come on, guys. It's a big game. Pay attention.
They should send some real officials in, but I'm not going to say that again.
Where's Scott Foster when you need him? Harden got 1 for 2 only, so the ball don't lie on both free throws. Karis LeVert has it forecourt topside. Cade resting, left wing to Danius Jenkins, back on top to Karis. Crosses over on Jared Allen. Gets to the left baseline, double team. Help from Strus, and he made the steal to Mobley. Mobley on the left wing. Blindside swipe by Marcus Sasser. Marcus, left corners to Danius. Long gun, no. Rebound to Mobley. Quick outlet to Harden. Forecourt to Sam Merrill. Watch out for Merrill. Hands it back to Harden on the left sideline. Harden keeps the dribble. Harden with the shot. It's going to be short. Merrill with the rebound. Takes it back to the left corner and misses. Jared Allen with that rebound. And there's a collision. And a foul. Danius Jenkins got hit in the head. Fouls on Karis LeVert. Jared Allen is at the line.
And the crazy thing about it It's not like, it's a lead that the Cavaliers may act like they're going to sit on. Pistons just got to come with that little fire. Playing against 8, why not?
Atkinson's taking Strus out. Strus is mad. We have Donovan Mitchell in the game now. Allen got 1 for 2 at the free throw line. 5 minutes to play in the half. 47-31. Cleveland leads it here in downtown Detroit. Cade on top. Cade against Harden, left wing. Cade to the lane. Cade to the basket. Shot is wide, but a foul.
They finally gave him a foul. Cade has not attempted a free throw. This is his first time.
Harden's third foul. Cade at the line.
Pushed him in the back.
First free throw for Cade is up and in. Hit the rim, but finally fell. 4:52 to play in the half. Cleveland's lead is now 47-32. Next for Cade, right down the middle. Lead is 14. Mobley inbounds to Harden. Harden up the left side, chased by Cade. Topside bounce to Mobley. Wing on the right to Merrill. Up shooting, sticks it, and he's hit on the shot. Marcus Sasser fouled him. I don't even know how he got that shot off. He's still holding his mouth from getting hit in the mouth earlier, but he can't miss.
Kicked his feet out.
He did kick his foot out there to get that call. Learned that from the beard. Makes the free throw for a 4-point Cavalier trip. He has 15. 51-33. Cleveland leads it. The Pistons got to fight to the halftime buzzer here. They're down 51-33. Cade to the foul line. On the right wing to Danis against Merrill. Deep bounce to JD. Hooks and hits over Jared Allen. 6 for Jalen. The Pistons could use more. 51-35 Cleveland. Harden to forecourt. Harden on top. Harden against Tobias. Harden stop and go to the lane. Stops at the foul line. Fires. It won't fall. JD took the rebound away from Jared Allen. He was knocked out of bounds by Allen. Let's see how this one plays out.
That was real excessive by Jared Allen.
They call a jump ball.
They called a foul, I think. They called a jump ball.
Should have been a foul, but it isn't. Allen and JD will jump at the free throw line to the right. Mark Davis will make the throw. Cavaliers tap it. Out of bounds. So the Pistons end up with the basketball. Marcus Sasser to forecourt. Cade's trying to break away from Strus, who's grabbing him on the arm. Cade comes to get it right wing. Left wing to Marcus Sasser. Rainbow three off the heel. Leaping rebound for Harden. Harden gives it up to Donovan Mitchell on the left wing. Low inside to Jared Allen. Allen turns and gets some contact from Tobias.
That's 3 on Tobias. No. I think that's on Sasser.
They call it on Marcus Sasser instead of Tobias. 3.5 to play in the half. Jared Allen, line right, first free throws up and in. 52-35 Cleveland. You don't want to dig much more of a hole here, Rick.
No, you don't. But when things are not going your way right now, thank God for the second half.
Jared Allen buries both free throws. 53-35. The lead is now 18. Cade to forecourt, right-hand dribble against Strus on the right wing. To the baseline. Stops and fires. It's going to be short. Out of bounds off Strus as it came back toward Cade, and Strus knocked it out of bounds. Cade inbounds from the corner. To Danis on the right wing. Danis to the foul line. Fires. It won't fall. Jared Allen with a rebound. They've out-rebounded the Pistons 22-16. Donovan Mitchell down the lane. Hooks on the run and hits it. And the Pistons are going to take a timeout. Crowd stunned. The Pistons are stunned. And Cleveland now leads by 20. 55-35. 2:53 to play in the half. Pistons call timeout here. This is the Pistons Playoff Basketball Network for Ticketmaster.
History's masterpieces wouldn't be the same without their most notable accents. Neither would the Kia Sportage without its multiple drive modes. The Kia Sorento without its expansive 12.3-inch panoramic display. Or the Kia Telluride without its 3 rows of spacious seating. The Kia SUVs. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
Did you know StockX started in Detroit? From a small team in 2016 to a global marketplace today. We stay true to our roots, built on transparency, driven by culture. Our real-time marketplace gives you access to buy and sell the latest sneakers, streetwear, apparel, and more. From the greatest grails to the hottest drops, every release you're looking for is here, even after it sells out. Built in Detroit. Trusted worldwide. Download the app or sign up online. StockX. Now you know.
Life is beautiful and fragile. We fall. We get tired. And sometimes we get sick. But with Corewell Health, we are also strong. We fight disease. We battle cancer. We come together. We come back. We push forward. When the body breaks, we break through. Corewell Health. We can.
That commercial break brought to you in part by Kia, an official vehicle sponsor of the Detroit Pistons. It's back to these funny numbers again. Cavaliers have been whistled for 8 fouls, the Pistons for 13. Cavs have shot 16 free throws, the Pistons 9. Somehow you got to play through that, though.
You got to fight through it. You also got to fight through the physicality, because right now Cleveland has set the tone.
I don't know if the Pistons felt like the blowout win in Game 6 was going to suck the life out of Cleveland, but it didn't.
No, it didn't. And you know, when you're a team like a veteran team like the Cleveland Cavaliers, you know, they just, hey, they're fighting and they understand. They got to win on the road. They felt confident coming in. They won before.
Cade's coming back with Tobias, Jalen Duren, Asar, and Duncan Robinson. They've been the Pistons starters throughout this season. And this is a 60-win season. Let's see how these guys can handle this situation Less than 3 to play in the first half, and they're down at home by 20 in a Game 7. Duncan Robinson will inbound to Cade in backcourt. Strus fighting his way to bump Cade. Gets to him as he crosses the timeline. Left wing to Tobias. Tobias against Mobley.
It's like a wrestling match.
Up to Cade inside, gets to the basket on Strus and scores. You're right, he had to win a wrestling match to get there. 55-37. Donovan Mitchell to forecourt. Mitchell on the right baseline. Half hook, no. Rebound to Sarr. Quickly to Cade. Forecourt, Duncan Robinson. Pump fake. Now the three from the left wing. Right down the middle for Dr. Duncan Robinson, the doctor of distance. He now has 7. The lead down to 15.
I never see so many moving picks.
Harden to forecourt. Harden against Tobias. Harden to the lane. Right corners to Mobley. Mobley fights his way to the basket. Very physical drive, but he scored it. He has 10. 57-40. A minute and 45 to play in the half. Cleveland leads it. The Pistons have it. Tobias to the basket. Missed on the drive. Ball out of bounds to Cleveland. And they call a foul on Jalen Duren in the meantime.
Oh, boy. After a foul on Jared Allen.
James Harden at the line. He doesn't miss many. First one's up and in. It danced, but it did drop. He's 3 out of 5. Cleveland's 10 for 17. Pistons 7 for 9 at the line. So the Cavs have shot 8 more free throws. Harden sticks the second. That was perfect. It's 59-40. Minute and a half to play in the half. Cade to forecourt, gets a midcourt pick from JD. Left wing to Duncan Robinson. Back on top to Cade. Cade to the lane against Strus. Right corner to Tobias. The three-point gun's going to be short. Tobias with a rebound to the basket. Shot is blocked, but a foul. Fouls on Mobley. Bumped him.
Finally gave him a call.
So did Allen.
Tobias has yet to hit a field goal.
He's at the stripe with a minute and 20 to play in the half. First free throws up and in for Tobias.
A lot of time, I tell you that much. A lot of time.
59-41. Cleveland leads it. A minute and 20 to play in the half. Tobias scores on the second. 17-point lead for the Cavs. They have led by 20. Mobley up the left side. Hands to Donovan Mitchell on top against Tobias. Donovan Mitchell crosses over on the dribble. Gets down the lane. Dumps it off for Jared Allen. Up and in, and Allen fought through some contact, and he's going to get a call. He has scored 14. And the foul's on JD. Jared Allen with 8 points in this second quarter. The and one goes for Allen at the free throw line. So it's another 20-point lead for the Cavaliers with a minute to play in the half. Cade left hands up the middle. Met by Strus. Takes it right wing. He's got Schroeder on him there. Takes him to the lane. Fires from in front and fills it. Rattled that one in. 62-44. That was like stealing. Cade against Schroeder. Donovan Mitchell, forecourt, left corner. Starts down the left baseline, top side of Mobley, shot clock 7. Mobley on the drive, throws it up and in off the glass. Got some contact and a call. The third foul on Tobias. Tell you one thing that you can say about Mobley. He is so long, a 7-footer with some offense. They called the foul on Cade instead of Tobias. Tobias did bump him as well. Cade's second, it would have been Tobias's third. Mobley at the line to the right. 31.2 seconds to play in the half. Mobley's free throw pops out to Asar. Off to Danis Jenkins. Danis up the right side, top side for Cade against Bruce. 20 seconds to play in the half. Shot clock's at 10. Danis comes to screen. Cade left wing against Donovan Mitchell. Clock's at 3, now 2. To the lane, left corner Asar for 3, it's through! Asar Thompson with a big-time 3. 5 seconds to play in the half. Cavaliers to forecourt. Jarrett Allen missed the shot, and time has run out in the first half. Allen tried to score against some contact as time ran out in the first half. Pistons with a little spurt. They need that and more. But it's 64-47, Cleveland at the half. This is the Pistons Playoff Basketball Network, presented by Ticketmaster.
It's an exciting season for our Detroit Pistons. But you don't have to play for the team to get the same elite health care that keeps them at their best.
I don't box out defenders in mesh shorts, but my hip is back in the game.
I'm not a Piston, but I'm running on all cylinders after back surgery. I am Henry.
I am Henry.
Henry Ford Health, official team physicians of the Detroit Pistons. Visit henryford.com/teamdocs.
Piston fans, dunks, dimes, and no-looks are great on TV, but catching them from the hardwood is a whole different experience, especially during the 2026 NBA playoffs, presented by Google. As the official ticket marketplace of the Detroit Pistons and the NBA, Ticketmaster gets you to every round of the playoffs so you can experience all the sights, sounds, and styles, from seeing your favorite Piston stars up close to being there when the champions are crowned. Even if you're headed to the game last minute, Ticketmaster's got your back when it comes to scoring playoff tickets. Get tickets at Ticketmaster.com/Pistons. See the future of basketball with the Motor City Cruise, the official G League affiliate of the Detroit Pistons. Enjoy high-energy action, family-friendly fun, giveaways, free parking, and mascot appearances at Wayne State Fieldhouse. Create a family tradition with the 2026-27 membership today at cruisebasketball.com/membership.
Rougiette is helping men take control of their sexual health with Ready, the 3-in-1 ED treatment that works in as fast as 15 minutes. At Rougiette.com, board-certified doctors build your personalized treatment plan with meds shipped discreetly to your door. 100% online, zero judgment, just ED treatment formulated with proven ingredients. Rougiette, official men's prescription partner of the Detroit Pistons. Get started at Rougiette.com/Pistons. That's RUGIET.com/Pistons.
Together, let's drive.
This is the Detroit Pistons halftime show on the Pistons Radio Network.
Here's Mark Champion and Chris Villar.
Welcome into the halftime show presented by Belfort Property Restoration. Winner moves on to play the Knicks. Loser starts making tee times for summer vacation. It's Game 7 at Little Caesars Arena tonight to finish off this series between Detroit and Cleveland. And we're going to need one of those legendary locker room motivational speeches by J.B. Bickerstaff tonight. Some struggles in the first couple of quarters. The Pistons currently trailing in their own building 64-47 against the Cavs. And that was thanks to a last-second Asar Thompson 3 at the buzzer. Chris Villar with you. Mark Champion live down at Little Caesars Arena. And Mark, take us through some of the notes and numbers from those first couple of quarters.
Well, I think this one's pretty simple. The Pistons get in trouble when they let their lack of offense affect their defense. And that's exactly what has happened in this game. The Cavaliers able to cash in, hit 42% from three, 52% overall, and put up 64. I mean, the Pistons just don't give up 64 points and a half, or at least they haven't very often during the season. But when that happens, you look back on the offense and say, well, Detroit shoots 38%, just 6 of 17 from three-point range, so they let it affect them. And they cannot do that. They've got to just, first and foremost, play their defense. That's what gets their offense going. And still plenty of basketball to go. The Pistons have shown they can come back from double-figure deficits to win a game, but they've got the work cut out for them. They have done a nice job on James Harden. The guy who's killed him is the guy I mentioned in the pregame show. Sam Merrill coming off the bench, 4 out of 6 from three-point range. And Mobley and Allen have both played extremely well. Allen with 15 and Mobley with 12-7 rebounds in the game. The Piston front court of Thompson and Harris in particular just 1 for 9 in this game. Tobias has really struggled for the last 3 or 4 games, and so they need him to get going to get back in this game.
You know, you just talked about Sam Merrill, 15 points with 4 triples in 13 minutes. X factors are something we talked about a lot in the pregame show. Detroit could definitely use something similar from their role players, not just Tobias, to spark something. Other than Cade, who's got the 12 points, nobody has more than 7 points on the Pistons right now. Do you have your eye on anyone in particular for the second half?
No, they just, as a team, they just got to get going.
Okay.
Kenny Atkinson made a change in his starting lineup. He put in Max Strus over Dean Wade, and Strus scoreless in the first half. Normally he's a reliable three-point shooter. But for the Pistons, I mean, they just got to get going. And like I said, I just got through telling you, the defense has got to pick up the offense, and they cannot lack the offense and let it affect their defense. So it's that simple. If they start playing that lockdown defense, they got a chance to get back in this game.
I'll tell you what, how about those Cavaliers free throws, by the way? It still baffles me how NBA players can forget how to shoot unguarded from 15 feet. It might be the only reason this game isn't completely out of hand.
That is exactly right. I mean, if you add in those 8 missed free throws, this would be a completely different game. It would be 72-47, and, you'd start scratching your head a little bit, but thank goodness they have missed them. And once again, Pistons have to take advantage of that situation and come out of here, as Rick Mahorn likes to say, in the first 5 minutes of the third quarter and just step on their neck. That's the only way they're going to get a win.
Yeah, something people may have noticed about this series. The game never seems to truly begin until the second half. Friday night, the Pistons were hitting on all cylinders. The third quarter may end up being the Pistons' entire season here, Mark.
Well, it could be. It could be. I mean, in the NBA, no lead is safe. Never. I think that's the way you have to look at it. The three-point shot can get you right back into a game, and the Pistons are 6 threes and 17 tries. They probably took too many three-point shots in the first half, but they were struggling and just trying to get something going.
Yeah, ask the Orlando Magic all about it, Mark. Also, I sent something to you. We got some of the MVP final vote tallies a little bit ago. Obviously, Shea won the MVP, but behind him, the next top vote getters were Joker, Wembanyama, then Luka Doncic, Cade Cunningham 5th in MVP voting. Thoughts?
Yeah, I think that's about right.
You think so? Okay.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I think that's about the right spot. And, that's the first step. Next year he moves up a little further. Those guys ahead of him, you could argue a little bit because Luka's missed so much time, and you could put up a little bit of a thought about, is Wemby ready for it? But they definitely got it right with the winner. SGA, without a doubt, is is the winner. But no, I don't have an issue with that.
Yeah, I think I agree with Wembanyama a little bit, where he thinks the defense should be more of a factor. And if that was the case, I would have moved Cade up over Luka Doncic more, and maybe even Victor up a little bit too. I know Jokic is an alien as much as Wembanyama is, but that's just what I think. I think defense should factor in a little bit more on the voting. But
I just think the voters are not going to penalize Luka for missing time. It's just obvious that they know about his talent.
All right, Mark, we will hear from you after the final buzzer. Let's hope we see a heck of something special in the second half.
Yeah, sure hope so.
All right, Pistons down 64-47, Game 7 in downtown Detroit. Coming up, we'll take a look around the association. That's next. You're listening to the Halftime Show presented by Belfour.
History's masterpieces wouldn't be the same without their most notable accents. Neither would the Kia Sportage without its multiple drive modes. The Kia Sorento without its expansive 12.3-inch panoramic display. Or the Kia Telluride without its 3 rows of spacious seating. The Kia SUVs. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
Diversified Members Credit Union has been proudly serving Metro Detroit for nearly 100 years. DMCU brings the hustle, shares the wealth, and goes hard in the paint for its members. Whether you're budgeting for everyday life or saving up for your next big play, DMCU is here to help you slam dunk your financial goals. Because when Detroit wins, we all win. Visit DMCU.com to join the team today. That's DMCU.com. Member NCUA.
You live for this. The wins, the losses, the slam dunks, and the buzzer beaters. The dream that this is your team's year. Hope, it's what keeps you coming back. So you represent with anticipation and with pride. Because when everything's on the line, your support means everything. That's why the NBA Store is here to support you. Check out the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
Club Keno Tripler Time is back, and some folks still have a few questions. So it's time for another round of CK Q&A.
Is there a Tripler Time dress code?
We call it Keno Casual.
Oh, do I need 3 friends to play Tripler Time?
No, but the more the merrier.
During Tripler Time, is it important to stay hydrated?
Yes. 3 cheers for Club Keno. This month, random tickets will be printed with a doubler or tripler message. Find one, and all your prizes will be doubled or tripled. Club Keno Tripler Time. Available on all Club Keno tickets only from the Michigan Lottery. Knowing your limits is always the best bet.
I say, man, our back's been against the wall, so we know what it feels like. We know that Detroit gonna be rocking, the energy gonna be there, and like you said, we just came from a Game 7, and so did they. But it's just about the better man, the best man. May the best man win.
Well, speaking of backs against the wall, welcome back to the Halftime Show presented by Belfour Property Restoration. One team is going to have a very different rest of May than the other after tonight. Pistons versus Cavs for all the marbles in the East semifinals. So far, Detroit has some work to do. They're down 17 at home, 64-47, 24 minutes to play catch-up. And with that, let's take a look around the association. Again, we learned today that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is the back-to-back MVP. He continues to play exquisite basketball and help the Thunder continue to roll in the league. First Canadian since Steve Nash to go back-to-back, and the 14th player overall to achieve it in league history. Now let's hear from Shaq really quick and why he thinks SGA might be the official next guy. That definitely open to interpretation, but I think you get the general idea of it. Here's what Shaq had to say about that title.
Charles Barkley made the best point ever. You can't give that away. Somebody got to go take it. Right now, SGA is taking it. And he's taking it surely, smoothly. He ain't saying he's not being arrogant about it. With his play, he's taking it. I've seen Magic, I've seen Jordan, I've seen Kareem, I've seen greatness. I played with Penny, played with Kobe, played with D-Wade, LeBron. I've been a part of greatness. If you're not in that category, I'm not giving you no type of props. SGA is in there now. Stephen Curry's in there now. Giannis and Joker, those guys are in there now. So when they talk about who the next guy is, I say you got to give it to SGA right now.
Certainly feels like he's the next guy, and honestly, I think someday soon we'll hear guys like Shaq talk about Cade being the next guy. He's right at the door and maybe ready to walk right through it. Meanwhile, back at Little Caesars Arena tonight, it's the Cavaliers 64, the Pistons 47, Game 7. Coming up, we get ready for the second half. You're listening to the Halftime Show presented by Belfour.
Pistons Piston fans, dunks, dimes, and no-looks are great on TV, but catching them from the hardwood is a whole different experience, especially during the 2026 NBA playoffs, presented by Google. As the official ticket marketplace of the Detroit Pistons and the NBA, Ticketmaster gets you to every round of the playoffs so you can experience all the sights, sounds, and styles, from seeing your favorite Piston stars up close to being there when the champions are crowned. Even if you're headed to the game last minute, Ticketmaster's got your back when it comes to scoring playoff tickets. Get tickets at Ticketmaster.com/Pistons.
Did you know StockX started in Detroit? From a small team in 2016 to a global marketplace today. We've stayed true to our roots, built on transparency, driven by culture. Our real-time marketplace gives you access to buy and sell the latest sneakers, streetwear, apparel, and more. From the greatest grails to the hottest drops, every release you're looking for is here, even after it sells out. Built in Detroit. Trusted worldwide. Download the app or sign up online. StockX. Now you know.
Rougiette is helping men take control of their sexual health with Ready, the 3-in-1 ED treatment that works in as fast as 15 minutes. At Rougiette.com, board-certified doctors build your personalized treatment plan with meds shipped discreetly to your door. 100% online, zero judgment. Just ED treatment formulated with proven ingredients. Rougiette, official men's prescription partner of the Detroit Pistons. Get started at Rougiette.com/Pistons. That's RUGIET.com/Pistons.
It's an exciting season for our Detroit Pistons. But you don't have to play for the team to get the same elite health care that keeps them at their best.
I don't box out defenders in mesh shorts, but my hip is back in the game.
I'm not a Piston, but I'm running on all cylinders after back surgery. I am Henry.
I am Henry.
Henry Ford Health, official team physicians of the Detroit Pistons. Visit henryford.com/teamdocs.
Welcome back to the Halftime Show presented by Belfour Property Restoration. 24 minutes to stay alive and advance to the Eastern Conference Finals. Pistons down 64-47 coming out of the locker room. Not the first time they've been in this spot this postseason. And for the start of the third quarter, we'll send it back to George Blaha and Rick Mahorn. And Rick, as I said, we've seen the Pistons thrive in these situations consistently these past weeks. It all comes down to this again.
Yes, it does. And when you're down a significant amount, you have to come out with some kind of fire. What's going to happen? I want to see it in the first 5 minutes. What say you, George?
I agree. And Chris, you're right. This is ultra important. It couldn't be any more important. And this was a situation you worked to get to have Game 7 at your place, and you fell behind by 23 different times, and now you're down 17 at the break. So no time like the present to put the pedal to the metal.
Yep, you got to go do it one at a time. Score, stop, score, stop.
Pistons get the ball first. They start the second half with the same group that started the ball game. Left wing for a gun. That doesn't go. It's Cade Cunningham. Cleveland to forecourt. Donovan Mitchell, pump fake, low right, and he hits it off glass. 66-47. Danish Jenkins up the left side. Shovels it inside to Cade, trying to get inside on Allen. Ball picked off by Donovan Mitchell. Mitchell to the basket on the other end. Grabbed and fouled by Asar Thompson. Not the start you want.
No, it's not. And, Mitchell is trying to take over the game in that third period like he did a couple of games ago. And
the crowd is dead quiet here right now. Stunned silence. It's 66-47 Cleveland. Donovan Mitchell at the line, hits the first. Nothing beats seeing the team hit the hardwood live. Get your tickets now for the playoffs or for next year at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Pistons and the NBA. Donovan Mitchell, second free throw, up and in.
He's got four straight points.
Biggest lead of the ball game now for Cleveland. They lead by 21. Cade back near the timeline. High post right side of Jalen Duren against Jared Allen. Turns to the paint. Sends it left corner to Cade. Inside for Asar. Got to the basket. Missed it, but tapped his own shot right up and in. There's no quit ever in Asar Thompson. Man, has he got live legs. To forecourt comes Mobley. Sideline right to Strus. Strus against Danis. Inside for Mobley. Lost the handle.
Another foul.
So we got a whistle and a foul on Danis. His third. In terms of team fouls, the Pistons have 2, none on Cleveland. Strus has it on top. Strus lobs it. Jared Allen taps it. It won't go in. But right there for another tap is Strus for a score. How'd he get that close? Cade up the left side. Cade against Strus. Top side to Jalen Duren. Pass on the left baseline. Intended for Tobias is out of bounds.
It's like everybody's out of sync.
The Piston turnover gives it back to Cleveland. They lead 70-49. Mobley down the lane in front to Jared Allen. Allen, a leaning scoop on JD. He scores it. And JB Bickerstaff takes timeout. His team trails now by 23 at home. Early second half, Game 7 against the Cleveland Cavaliers. The winner goes on to tangle with the Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals. But so far, it's all Cleveland. Cavaliers 72, the Pistons 49 on the Pistons Playoff Basketball Network, brought to you by Ticketmaster.
Is your home budget stretched too thin for replacement windows? Not with Wallside. We're stretching out your time to pay with 82 months, 0 interest. Plus half off every window. 82 months, 0 interest means lower monthly payments, so you can afford a whole house of new windows. Call for 82 months, 0 interest with no down payment. Wallside Windows, the home for affordable quality. 1-800-521-7800 or go to wallside.com.
I'm Cade Cunningham. In basketball and in life, it's all about respect. It's about getting respect and giving it. Sam Bernstein Law gets big-time respect for their results, their experience, and their resources. But they give respect, too. By listening, by putting their clients first, by treating every person like family. Getting respect and giving respect. That's the Bernstein advantage.
R-E-S-P-E-C-T, that's what Bernstein means to me.
Together, let's drive.
Pistons were down 17 at the half. Not great, but somewhat manageable, especially if you're at home. Well, the second half has begun, and the Cavaliers have outscored them 8-2 in the first couple of minutes of the third. Pistons took a timeout. Let's see if they can regroup this time.
And
they're running out of time, even though it's only early in the second half.
And you notice you have to just say one stop, one score. One more stop, one score. It ain't like you can't play defense. This is what you hang your hat on, and it just seems like it's not there in the first 5 minutes.
Cleveland has some tough matchups. The two bigs, when they both play well, make them a very good team. Mobley has 12 and 8 boards. Jared Allen has 17 and 3 rebounds. And they are 11 for 19 between them. They're 14 for 22 from the stripe. The Pistons can't get to the free throw line. They are 9 out of 11.
And I like to see when teams get together, starting 5 just figures, hey, we got to get it together. But points in the paint, 30-20 Cleveland.
Pistons need more than 20 points in the paint, the way they've dominated in the lane all year. Pistons basketball. Asar inbounds to Tobias, who comes to backcourt to get it. Back to Asar. Asar left-handing up the middle. Hands to Danis. Sideline left Tobias against Harden. Shot clock at 10. Mid left to JD against Jared Allen. Double teamed inside. Harden comes to help. Topside Danis. Clock's at 2. Danis to the foul line. Flips it up and fills it up.
That's
Danis
one.
Jenkins. That's a big-time basket. They needed that.
That's one. Now you get a stop.
72-51 Cleveland. Harden starts down the lane. No room there. Backs up to the left corner. Works left wing against Jalen Duren. They bounce it in front to Jared Allen. Swipe by Tobias. Tobias to the basket.
There's the
Lost
steal.
the handle, but he was fouled.
There's the steal. Cleveland wants to try to challenge.
They called a foul on Donovan Mitchell.
And gave him a delay game.
Mitchell is hot. He's hot at his coach for not challenging, and he's mad about the call. He waited too long to challenge. Tobias is at the free throw line. It's the first.
That's a good stop.
Tobias is 4 out of 5 at the stripe.
And he's got to get a field goal for us as well.
Second one is in and out and back in again. Man, Asar and Donovan Mitchell pushing and shoving on the perimeter while the free throws are being shot. Mobley to forecourt, left wing, right wing to Harden. Harden with the drive, a wraparound dish. Out of bounds. Off Cade. Nearly got it swiped. Shot clock's at 11. It's 72-53 Cleveland. 9 and 11 to play in the third. Cavs send it topside to Jared Allen. Allen against JD. Right sideline to Harden. Harden turns, fires for 3. Off the heel and back. Tapped by Danis to Tobias. Here come the Pistons. Tobias, net on top by Mobley. Takes it wing on the right against Strus. Back on top to Cade against Mobley. Now Cade shades to the left wing against Donovan Mitchell. Fires, it's around and off. Out of bounds.
I think they call a foul on JD.
Jalen Duren, physical inside, called for his third foul. So, 3 team fouls on the Pistons, just 1 on Cleveland. Harden to the lane. Topside Donovan Mitchell. Pump fake, now bounce inside to Harden. Left corner it goes to Mobley to the basket, tried to dunk it. Met in midair by JD who blocked the shot. Mobley hits the deck, that's 4 fouls on Jalen Duren.
He wants to try to challenge it. Hit the ball first, as I see it.
He'll leave it alone and let Mobley shoot. Stu's going to check in with 8:22 to play in the third. Trying to cool off the Cleveland Bigs. Mobley hits the first free throw and has 13. James Harden hasn't given them much, and they lead by 20, 73-53. JD comes out with his 4th foul. Stu checks in. Mobley with a nice touch makes both free throws. Danis Jenkins, left hands, right side for the Pistons. Has it topside against Donovan Mitchell. Keeps that dribble to the lane, right corner to Asar, open for a long gun, it's short. Rebounded by Jared Allen. Donovan Mitchell to forecourt. Mitchell in the lane. Left wing to Mobley. Mobley, sideline right to Donovan Mitchell. Launches a three. It won't go through. Rebound comes long to Tobias. Tobias up the middle. Pistons need instant offense. And, of course, some stops. He gives to Cade. Cade drives, lays it off for Stu. And there's a foul called inside.
I'm surprised he got that one.
It's on Donovan Mitchell, and that's his fourth. Karis LeVert will check in for the Pistons.
We at least got to get this down to 10 points by the end of this period.
Donovan Mitchell comes out. So does Mobley. Dean Wade and Sam Merrill check in. And now Duncan Robinson will come off the Piston bench. Replacing Tobias. 7:36 to play third quarter. Danis will trigger from the right sideline. Up top to Stu, hands to Cade. And screens for Cade. Cade to the right wing for a long gun. It won't go. Rebound Jared Allen. Most nights that's money when he has an open look. Nothing for 5 now from downtown for Cade. Harden to the right baseline. Foul line to Merrill, and he lost it out of bounds. Pistons have had some chances here.
Yeah, the stops, get the stops, but you got to make sure you move this ball down on the offensive end.
Inside goal.
There you go, baby.
Stu for a score.
There you go, baby.
Count that, baby, and a foul.
I like the huddle right now.
Pistons huddle up. Danis Jenkins with the pass. Bounce it in front to Stu against Jared Allen. Nice pump fake. He lost Allen, and he still got the foul call. Isaiah Stewart at the line to the right. It's on the way, and it's in. 74-56 Cleveland. 7 to play in the third.
Get it down just to single digits, baby.
James Harden, forecourt, topside. Harden on the right wing. Harden starts the drive. Shoots a pass left corner to Wade. Left wing to Strus. Open for a three. It won't go through. Long rebound. Out of bounds off Harden. And they say Duncan Robinson pushed him out.
It's the 4th team foul.
Cavaliers have only 3 team fouls.
Oh, no, that's the 5th. Sorry, shooting.
Harden at the line. He has scored only 6, and he's 1 out of 5. And that the Cavs are up big. First free throw clangs off the heel. .6:44 to play third quarter. The Cavaliers have led by 23. They're up now 74-56. Harden hits the next.
I think they're going to call it. Are they calling the foul on Stu?
Foul on Isaiah Stewart on the free throw try. And now Jared Allen will step to the stripe. When it rains, it pours.
It was a sunny day outside, too.
Allen bends the knees. First free throw off the iron, no. Went inside, got his own rebound, missed the shot, back up, and he missed another. And we're going to get a foul. Another on Isaiah Stewart. Stu's going to come out. Paul Reed will replace him. Allen gets the first free throw to go.
Paul Reed back in there for Stu.
Sue, I'm sure, is hot. Doesn't feel like he's getting a very good whistle. Jared Allen missed the next. It's a 20-point lead. Karis LeVert, forecourt, left wing three is through. Well, that takes it down to 17. 6.5 still to play in the third. Merrill to forecourt, left side, top side, Jared Allen. Allen down the lane, nobody in front of him, jammed it. He has 20. Pistons decay, top side, trying to bounce it to Paul Reed. Swiped by Strus to James Harden. Harden lobs it to Allen inside. Grabbed and fouled. It's the third on Karis LeVert.
Jared Allen is feasting right now.
He's having a day, and J.B. Bickerstaff's going to call a timeout. It ain't over till it's over. We still have a 78-59 game with 6:05 to play in the third. Pistons will talk some strategy as they try to mount more of a comeback against the Cavaliers. This is Game 7. The winning team to the Eastern Conference Finals. Cleveland 78, the Pistons 59. 6:05 to play in the third. This is the Pistons Playoff Basketball Network for Ticketmaster.
Club Keno Tripler Time is back, and some folks still have a few questions. So it's time for another round of CK Q&A.
Is there a Tripler Time dress code?
We call it Keno Casual.
Oh, do I need 3 friends to play Tripler Time?
No, but the more the merrier.
During Tripler Time, is it important to stay hydrated?
Yes. 3 cheers for Club Keno. This month, random tickets will be printed with a doubler or tripler message. Find one, and all your prizes will be doubled or tripled. Club Keno Tripler Time. Available on all Club Keno tickets only from the Michigan Lottery. Knowing your limits is always the best bet.
It's an exciting season for our Detroit Pistons. But you don't have to play for the team to get the same elite health care that keeps them at their best.
I don't box out defenders in mesh shorts, but my hip is back in the game.
I'm not a Piston, but I'm running on all cylinders after back surgery. I am Henry.
I am Henry.
Henry Ford Health, official team physicians of the Detroit Pistons. Visit henryford.com/teamdocs.
Diversified Members Credit Union has been proudly serving Metro Detroit for nearly 100 years. DMCU brings the hustle, shares the wealth, and goes hard in the paint for its members. Whether you're budgeting for everyday life or saving up for your next big play, DMCU is here to help you slam dunk your financial goals. Because when Detroit wins, we all win. Visit DMCU.com to join the team today. That's DMCU.com. Member NCUA.
Now let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Pistons Basketball Network.
The Cleveland Cavaliers 78, the Pistons 59. That timeout break brought to you by Kia, an official vehicle sponsor of the Pistons. Dribble, swipe, and score with DMCU's Give Back Checking. Use your debit card 15 times in a month, and DMCU will give you $10. Member NCUA. Restrictions apply. See DMCU.com for more details. Plenty of Piston gear just dropped at the Pistons 313 shop. Shirts, hats, jerseys, and more. Detroit style, game time, anytime. Well, the Pistons need to do some comeback in here. They've got it within 19. And we're halfway through the third. The goal would be 10 at the end of 3, according to Rick Mahorn, and I agree with you, Ricky.
Yeah, you have to take each possession as if it's your last possession, but yet you got to get some stops. And that's been the big key. Cleveland has scored 30-plus points in the first half in each quarter. Pistons right now are fighting back. But with 6 minutes left in this period, Cleveland, every time you foul them, they're going to the free throw line. And Jared Allen is 6 for 11, or 7 for 12 right now.
Yep, made the first. 20-point game again, 79-59. 6:05 to play third quarter. Jared Allen The ninth-year man missed the next. It's off the heel. Karis LeVert with a rebound. Harris gives to Cade. Marcus Sasser's in. He has the top side against Merrill. Left wing to Duncan Robinson. Pump fake, and now the three, and it's through. The doctor of distance strikes again. Duncan Robinson with a three. 79-62 Cleveland. 5:37 to play in the third. Jared Allen on top for the Cavs. Gets to the basket and jams.
I mean, he thinks he is like...
Nobody's stopping him right now.
I think he's Shaquille O'Neal out there.
81-62 Cleveland.
I'd have laid him on his ass by this time.
Cade to the lane. Cade to the basket. Flips it up. No. Paul Reed with a rebound. Paul Reed back up and in off the square. B-ball Paul never stops fighting. 81-64 Cleveland. 5 to play in the third. James Harden, forecourt, left wing. Double teamed. Sideline left to Strus. Low inside, it goes to Wade. Harden's open at the top, misses a three. Long rebound. Comes up out of bounds.
Foul on Sass.
Sasser hits Sam Merrill near the sideline. Three on Marcus Sasser. And the Pistons long ago in the penalty, and a great shooter, Merrill, in year 6 out of Utah State, is at the line, hits the first.
And the free throws starting to mount up. This is their 33rd free throw attempt to the Pistons' 14. But they're being the aggressors.
Sam Merrill made the first. Nails the next. Merrill has 17 points. 83-64 Cleveland. Karis LeVert, forecourt, wing on the right. Takes it right corner. In the paint to Paul Reed. Lefty hook from in front. Yes. Paul Reed scores again. Don't worry about Paul. He'll take care of his business. Donovan Mitchell up the right side. Met by Duncan Robinson deep on the wing. Clock's at 12. Mitchell to the paint. To the right baseline. Hooks on the run and hits it. Mitchell's having a game. He has 17. And 6 assists. Cade to forecourt, right wing. Top side, Paul Reed. Paul backs up to the left wing. Ends it there for Duncan Robinson. Long gunning. It goes. Another from distance for Duncan Robinson. He has 13. Get him some more shots. He leads the Pistons in scoring. Donovan Mitchell up the right side. Stop and go. To the right corner, Dean Wade back to Mitchell. Shot clock at 8. Has it topside. Deep right to Sam Merrill. Up fake, and now a three that's through. Merrill can't miss. He has 20.
Yeah, he's off that
5
bench.
out of 7 from deep. Karis LeVert, forecourt for the Pistons. Misses a long three, right wing. Rebound comes off to Sasser, knocked away. Pistons thought there was a foul. Donovan Mitchell at the other end, lays it up, lays it in. Cleveland 90 and the Pistons 69. Karis LeVert in forecourt for the Pistons. Lobs it inside for Duncan Robinson. Lays it up. No. He was banged on the shot. Didn't get a call. Off it comes to the Cavaliers. Donovan Mitchell to forecourt. 2:50 left in the third. It's 90-69 Cleveland. Mitchell to the basket. Lays it up. Lays it in. 92-69. Mitchell has 10 in the quarter. Cade. Deep left. And a miss for Marcus Sasser. Donovan Mitchell with a rebound. Mitchell sees nothing but real estate in front of him. Gets to the basket. Misses. But he drew a foul.
At that particular time, I would have just took a nice foul. I'd have took one of those, okay, they're going to have to look at it, review it.
Cade fouled him. The Cleveland fans are hollering MVP for Donovan Mitchell. There are a lot of them in here. Busloads came up from Cleveland, courtesy of Cavaliers owner Dan Gilbert. Tom Gora sent busloads to Cleveland for that most important Game 6. Duncan Robinson and Cade will rest with 2:22 to play in the third.
Here we go. We got one left.
Missed the first one.
Mitchell, after missing the first, does get another. He hits it. 93-69. 24-point lead. Danis to the basket on the Piston end. Knocked away by the Cavaliers. Mobley to Schroeder. Schroeder cross courts to Donovan Mitchell on the left wing. 2:05 to play in the third. Off to Schroeder, right wing.
2 minutes to go in the half. Gives it back to Mitchell. Mitchell, right wing, unloads. Got it! 2-point shot for Donovan. They'll say his foot was on the line. But the Cavaliers have their foot on the gas. 95-69. Cavs by 26 with 1:40 to go. Harris in the lane, harassed by Wade. Right side to Sasser, and he'll hit a 3-ball.
Yeah. And he can do that, Tim. Come on, guys. Get the killer instinct.
Cavaliers by 23. Schroeder comes all the way under the basket, tiptoes the baseline, and he didn't stay in bounds. So with 1:24 to go, turnover gives it to Detroit. But the Cavaliers just exerting their will on this Piston team tonight.
That's right. That's what it is. The intangibles.
Tobias Harris in the middle to LeVert. LeVert pass deflected. Ooh, they'll call a foul on Dean Wade.
It's kind of early, Dean. We got a 23-point lead. Do we really need that one? I mean, let's put the ego aside.
Foul on.
You're probably right, but we can't worry about that. You're up 23.
Now they're going to give him 2 shots.
Oh, my goodness.
So
he definitely wasn't shooting.
Going to put Karis LeVert at the free throw line. LeVert with a 10-point game.
And he can miss.
LeVert, again, during the playoffs, he's 8 of 8. Well, there you go, Jim. You jinxed him. He's now 8 of 9 as he missed that first one.
We'll take it.
At 68% during the regular season.
There's a little urgency in the actions of the Pistons, Tim. They see that this game has changed.
LeVert swishes the second. LeVert now with 11. Cavs by 22. Here's Schroeder into the forecourt. Schroeder tosses it to Mobley. Mobley on the handoff to Mitchell with a minute to go here in the third. Mitchell out front against Tassar Thompson. Mitchell, right of the lane, spinning, shot putting, missing. Rebound, Mitchell banked it in. Nobody boxed out Donovan Mitchell. Mitchell follows his miss with a hoop, and the Cavs are up 24. Sasser in between the circles. Right side to Tobias Harris. Harris bangs into Mobley, shoots in the paint, missed. Rebound, Merrill. Whistle and a foul.
On who?
I think they're going to put Harris at the free throw line. Oh, no, they're going to put Tassar Thompson at the line. And if they got Mitchell, that's 5 on Donovan. Yeah, Donovan Mitchell with 5. Mitchell and Harden having a conversation as James Harden will check in with 38.6 to go, but Tassar Thompson missed that free throw.
Hart's not giving in. It looked like Donovan was getting ready to make an excuse, and Hart said, no, you don't foul. I love this leadership on this team.
Tassar Thompson missed that first one. 61% against the Cavs. He missed them both. Rebound grab by Wade. Cavs by 24 with 30 seconds to go in the third. Harden gets the basketball from Schroeder. Lob to Mobley in the paint. Pow! With 2 hands. Evan Mobley off the feed from James Harden. And the lead just continues to swell. 99-73. Cavs by 26 as they have sucked the life out of this Little Caesars Arena crowd. Here's Sasser against Wade. Sasser into the paint. Wade right with him. Sasser hooks, missed with the left hand. Rebound Wade. Pitches it to Harden. Harden half-court shot. Nope. And that will end the third quarter of play. The Cavaliers are 12 minutes away from a trip to the Eastern Conference Finals. They are up 26 on Detroit in Game 7 at the end of three quarters. 99-73. Cavs dominating in Detroit. And on the Medical Mutual Cavaliers audioverse.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Rod Stewart. A night of hit after hit after hit. August 11th, Rocket Arena. Rod Stewart with special guest Richard Marx. Tickets on sale now at rocketarena.com. Don't miss an electrifying night with the icon, Rod Stewart. One last time.
That's the sound of a perfect paint project with Sherwin-Williams. Whether your next color play is a slam dunk statement like edgy gold or a smooth and rich touch like fine wine, Sherwin-Williams has the perfect hue to up your game. And with delivery available on qualifying orders, your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams has everything you need to bring your vision to life. Sherwin-Williams, the official paint and coatings partner of the Cleveland Cavaliers.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
Visit rocksports.com to stay up to date on everything you need to know about your Cleveland Cavaliers, Monsters, Charge, high school football, and so much more. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Watch rocksports.com, the home for Ohio sports fans.
Cavaliers up 26 at the end of three, 99-73. For Detroit, Asar Thompson got hit with a technical foul as the quarter was ending, so Cavaliers will have a chance to add to that. Well, Cavaliers 12 minutes away from heading to the Eastern Conference Finals. How do they bring it home tonight here in Detroit? Bring It Home, presented by Rocket. And for Bring It Home, we're going to go back home to the studios in Cleveland to Brad Sellers and Mike Snyder.
All right, thank you, Tim. Yeah, bringing it on home. Well, Donovan Mitchell has 26. The Cavs lead by 26, Brad Sellers. They've really played well. Your thoughts about what they've done and what they need to do to close this out?
Well, we got to continue to play with desperation, keeping the pressure on the Pistons. We did not have a letdown in the third. Let's go to the fourth with that same type of intensity. Some concern. Mitchell has 5 fouls. We got to be smart when we bring him back, what time we bring him back, and how we bring this home. Toughness will bring this thing home for the Cleveland Cavaliers tonight.
Just come out, really, you've done it. Act like you don't have that big lead, right?
Nope, got to just play it like a 0-0, but you got to still play with that intensity and toughness that we've shown through the first three quarters.
And they have done that just thus far without question, as the scoreboard indicates. Let's send it back to Tim and Jim.
Well, and now it's 100-73.
Full court pressure, as you would expect.
As Merrill hit the free throw. Again, Asar Thompson got assessed a T as the third quarter buzzer went off. So Merrill with a playoff career high of 21. Cavs with the ball and the 27-point lead as we start the fourth. Here's Schroeder, left of the lane, down the lane, banks and scores. Oh, Dennis Schroeder on the move. Makes it 102-73. Here's Jenkins through the center circle against Schroeder. Jenkins on the lob to Duncan Robinson. And away from the basketball, we've got Wade and Tobias Harris all tangled up. Let's check in with Serena Winters, who was in that Cavs huddle between quarters.
Well, Kenny Atkinson-Warren did in that huddle, Tim. They are going to try to make it ugly, so we've got to be ready. And they said, look, guys, offensively, do not hide out there. Everybody has to get open. And Donovan Mitchell said, look, everything on defense, I do not care what happens on offense, but for these last 12 minutes, let's get it on the defensive end.
Here's Duncan Robinson, and Merrill picked his pocket. Merrill to the other end. Merrill pump fake, banks and scores. Sam Merrill with arms like snakes with the steal and the bucket.
Thank you, Sam. You allowed him to get that in there. Every game, once a game, right?
Bingo. 104-73, and now Mobley with the tip and the deflection. Here's Harden at the other end, and Harden had his shot knocked out of bounds. So the Cavaliers have simply dominated this basketball game. They are up 31 points.
And, Tim, they're doing it on the defensive end.
Mobley on the left wing into the paint. Mobley banking, no, but drawing that foul. Evan Mobley, 16 points, 8 rebounds through 3 quarters. Heads to the free throw line.
Tim, I'm looking at, they're shooting 39% from the field. 39% from the field. The Cavaliers have done the job. They've got 24 assists and 9 turnovers. I like that ratio. It's about 2.5 to 1 for every basket made. A turnover. I can live with that.
That's that assist to turnover ratio.
Yeah, that's huge. That's the first thing coaches look at.
As the Let's Go Cavs chants are starting here at Little Caesars Arena. Mobley rattled that second one in. Evan Mobley, third pick in the draft back in 21. 2 picks behind Cade Cunningham, who went number 1. 106-73. Cavs by 33 points. Robinson straightaway 3. It rimmed out. Offensive rebound. Duren. Wade tried to strip it away from him, and instead Dean Wade got called for the foul.
That's good, though, because he was going to try to muscle it back in. If you weren't shooting, he's begging for the shot, Tim. He's not going to get it.
So it'll be Detroit ball side out with 10:37 to go. Cavaliers start the fourth with Schroeder, Merrill, Harden, Wade, and Mobley. And Donovan Mitchell with 5 fouls. Cunningham bounced to Duren. Duren all the way to the bucket, and he blew the layup. Rebound grab by Mobley. Mobley into the forecourt. Mobley on the right wing. Shoots it out front to Schroeder. Schroeder looking for a screen. Got it from Mobley. Lob right side to Merrill. Right back to Mobley. Mobley works himself into the corner. Into the paint. Mobley tried to bounce it underneath the Wade. Ball knocked free. It goes out of bounds, and it belongs to Detroit.
A little bit too much dribbling. You know, Mobley, sometimes I think he forgets how big he is. He's 7 foot tall with reach. Anytime he gets in that point by the restricted area, put that baby in the basket.
106-73. Cavaliers, in all likelihood, look like they're heading to New York. Jenkins right of the lane with a jumper that's good. So Dana's Jenkins in double figures with 10. But it's a massive lead for the Cavaliers with under 10 minutes to go. They're up 31. Schroeder got knocked down at the half-court line. No whistle. Harden on the dribble. Harden fires down low to Mobley. Bounces it back to James, who laid it up and in. How about the nifty assist from Evan Mobley?
Basketball. Give and go.
108-75. Cavs by 33. Cunningham. Lob down low, and the dunk was missed by Duren. And they're going to get cylinder interference. Boy, so Jalen Duren has missed a layup, and now he can't convert on a dunk. Kenny Atkinson wants time. Hey, for all you Cavs fans that are listening on the app here in the arena, there are plenty of great lower bowl seats that are now available.
Stop it.
Come on down. 108-75. 9:25 to go. Fourth quarter in Detroit. And on the Medical Mutual Cavaliers Audioverse.
Don't miss a second of NBA playoff action. If you cut the cord but still want to watch the biggest games, check out Fubo. With over 170 live channels, including ESPN and Fox, you can stream the Cavs and all of your other favorite sports live. Fubo is an official partner of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Ready to get started? Try it for free at Fubo.tv. That's Fubo.tv. Let them know, Cavs. Let them know.
The best teams have unmistakable identity. They deliver a quality performance every time. At Giant Eagle, fresh is our thing. With produce delivered daily, the finest cuts of meat and seafood, and bakery favorites made on the spot, you always get freshness and quality you can count on. It's who we are. We aim to make game day delicious for every Cavs fan. And we take that seriously, because it matters. Shop freshness for the win at Giant Eagle, the official supermarket of the Cleveland Cavaliers.
5 Seconds of Summer are back. See them live in concert in Cleveland. 5 Seconds of Summer, Everyone's a Star World Tour. Playing songs off their new album, including Not Okay. Live at Rocket Arena, June 9th. Plus special guest. Get tickets now at rocketarena.com. 5 Seconds of Summer, the brand new album, Everyone's a Star, is available everywhere now. For more, visit 5sauce.com.
Hey Cavs fans, basketball is back and SeatGeek is here to help you experience all the action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be part of all the courtside celebrations this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Cavs games or to any other live event in the land, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the Cleveland Cavaliers. SeatGeek.
.540 to go in the third. Harden in the center circle. Lob to Allen, top of the key. Jarrett rolling, dunking! And Jarrett Allen with a thunderous dunk has his playoff career high of 23. 81-62. Cavaliers by 19. Donovan draws Robinson, now swings it to Merrill. Merrill steps left, unloads, got it! Sam Merrill with another three ball. Sam Merrill has a 20-point game. And the Cavaliers now have a 33-point lead, 108-75 with 9:25 to go. You're in the fourth quarter of play. A lot of folks have departed Little Caesars Arena, except for the 25 busloads that Dan Gilbert provided for the Cavalier fans to make their way to Detroit tonight. And
Unheard
they're
of.
making some noise.
Unheard of. 25 buses? Oh, my goodness. She could have brought the kids, grandma, and grandpa, too.
So here we go. Schroeder, right of the lane, feeds Mobley. Mobley in the paint, up, no, but he got fouled.
And again, Tim, all night, that Cavs dribble penetration early in the clock before your defense can get set, it's been an advantage for the Cavaliers. They either finish at the rim or they dish it to one of the bigs. The bigs so far tonight, 14 of 23 from the field. Talking about getting touches, 41 points from the Twin Towers, Mobley and Jarrett Allen.
Mobley's free throw rattles in and out. You know, SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the Cavs. Whether buying or selling tickets to Cavs games or any live event, SeatGeek is the place to do it. Mobley's second toss rolled out. Evans still stuck at 18 points. Here's Asar Thompson into the forecourt. Drops it behind him to Danis Jenkins. Jenkins with a left wing three. Ricochets off the backboard. Out of there with it comes Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder spent last year with the Pistons. Gives it off to Harden. His three no good. Rebound Duren. Duren behind his back to Cade Cunningham. Under 9 to go. Cunningham pulls up three. Rimmed out. Rebound grab by Evan Mobley. Evans got a double-double tonight. Second in the postseason. Here's Schroeder. Schroeder driving on Cunningham. Schroeder, lob out front to Harden. Harden with 10 on the shot clock. Harden looking for some help. Shoots it to Strus. Left wing Mobley. Mobley against Duren. Mobley 4 on the clock, 3 on the clock. Mobley to a driving Strus who laid it in. How about that assist from Evan Mobley?
Playing together, Tim. Extra pass, moving without it.
Evan Mobley has it all on display tonight. And at the other end, we've got a foul called on the Cavaliers. Kenny Atkinson, even up 35, not taking anything for chance. Here comes Donovan Mitchell.
That's right.
Back in as Sam Merrill will take a seat. That foul was on Sam Merrill.
Do unto them as they would do unto you. Bury them if you can.
8:10 left. And the wine and gold fans that are here are making a lot of noise. Robinson had it knocked away by Schroeder. Schroeder ahead to Mitchell. Mitchell drives, banks, missed. Rebound, Cade Cunningham. Under 8 to go. Here's Jenkins, left of the lane, driving, banking, missing, but a foul will be called as Danis Jenkins will head to the free throw line.
Well, the Cavaliers have surprised them tonight, Tim. Another thing, I know you want to get up and down, but you got to remember, closing the game is still the priority. And how do you close it? If you don't have it, make a good decision. Pull it back. Make them defend. Make them defend. Take some time off the clock. They're going to hold you. They're going to grab you. You're going to go to the free throw line, make your free throws, and then let's go on to New York.
You know what? That'll be a pretty happy flight over to Newark tonight as Danis Jenkins rolls the first one in and out on the second. And a whistle and a foul on the rebound. We'll get Max Strus on that one.
Really? Oh, my goodness. Look at Strus. Strus is looking around.
Cavaliers
really?
Over the limit.
You going to let us fight? Then when I get the ups on a 7-footer weighing 280, you blow the whistle.
Cavaliers will be heading to New York tonight. Perhaps a little celebrating, but not a lot in that locker room. We got to get to the airport and get on the plane. Cavaliers, of course, will have a late/early Monday morning arrival in New York as Duren misses the first, swishes the second. And then in New York for a few days with Game 1 Tuesday night, Game 2 Thursday. And then the series will shift to Cleveland as Jenkins knocks the ball out of bounds just to the right of the Cavalier bench. But that series will be every other day, just like this series. Tuesday, Thursday in New York, Saturday, Monday in Cleveland. Schroeder out front to Harden. James, right wing three, in and out. James has had a tough night from the field tonight.
Yeah, but he's done everything else, Tim.
Out front, Marcus Sasser, long three, got it. Oh, Marcus Sasser, he's got 9 points in the ballgame on 3 threes. Makes it 110 to 80.
Take some time off the clock. Make them defend. They'll foul you.
7:08 to go. Schroeder, run of the lane, and the ball knocked off Schroeder's foot out of bounds. Cavaliers are going to challenge it. Up 30 with 7:04 to go. Cavaliers are going to say that ball went off Detroit. 7:04 left. 7:04 for the Cavaliers to head to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time in 8 years. 110 to 80. Cavs lead the Pistons in Detroit, and on the Medical Mutual, Cavaliers Audioverse.
Somber presents You Are the Reason Tour. Fresh from selling out shows all around the world. See Somber live in Cleveland. Rocket Arena, Friday, November 13th, with special guests Dove Cameron and Hannah Jadavu. Get tickets now at sombermusic.com.
Hey, you mind keeping it down up there, please?
KeyBank will meet you in that I need new neighbors moment.
Rick, it's your mortgage loan officer, Beth. I was in the neighborhood and wanted to let you know your home loan application's been approved.
Beth, you're always there for me, and not a moment too soon.
Are your neighbors bowling with grand pianos again?
And apparently raising livestock?
Ew.
For every financial need, we'll meet you in the moment. KeyBank opens doors. Equal housing lender. NMLS number 399797.
Your summer starts here in the powerful new built-in-the-USA Toyota Tundra. Now through June 1st, get $3,000 customer cash on new 26 Tundras. Or you could get 2.99 APR financing plus $1,000 TFS APR cash. With approved credit through TFS. Excludes TRD Pro. APR cash must be applied to deal. Or you can take advantage of a great lease deal on Tundra. For complete details, go to Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
At Cleveland Clinic, care is everything. So when your primary purpose is to care for the world, you'd start with your community until you're accessible anywhere. You make complexities your specialties and put compassion before anything else, all to redefine what's possible. For everyone, everywhere. For every care in the world. Cleveland Clinic.
Massive lead for the Cavaliers with under 10 minutes to go. They're up 31. Schroeder got knocked down at the half-court line. No whistle. Harden on the dribble. Harden fires down low to Mobley. Bounces it back to James, who laid it up and in. How about the nifty assist from Evan Mobley?
Basketball. Give and go.
108-75. Cavs by 33. Cavs right now by 30. 110-80. 7:04 to go, fourth quarter. Here at Little Caesars Arena, which has turned into a home crowd for the Cavaliers because all of the Detroit fans have pretty much exited. And the Cavs fans, and there were a lot of them that made their way to the Motor City tonight, are hanging around and enjoying the party. 30-point lead. Jim, the Cavaliers dominated this game from the absolute get-go. Detroit's lead at 3-2 was their only lead in the ballgame.
Wow, Tim. And a lot of credit's got to go to their defense. Their ability to stop the Pistons. I can't remember a significant run all night. The Cavalier offense was getting the job done, and so was their defense.
Here's Harden, left to the key. Harden, left wing Mitchell, three. Nope. Rebound knocked in the air by Harden. Grabbed by Schroeder. Feeds it to Mitchell. Donovan into the paint. Hill shot put, left it short. Donovan got it back, put it up no. Mobley got it, and he got fouled.
How do you like that, Tim? Look at the effort. The Cavs are still playing. They're still playing. I love it. You're up 30 points, and you're still playing hard.
Evan Mobley going back to the free throw line. Evan Mobley having himself a tremendous night tonight. 18 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists. He is a plus 31 for the Cavaliers. He misses that first free throw.
Yeah, he'd be higher if he made, wouldn't he miss 5 so far?
And again, plus minus, you can always go back and forth with that stat, but right now he is the highest on the team.
I'll tell you what,
plus 31, he hits the second.
But what we've seen, Tim, with our eyeballs, what a night. He and Jarrett.
And again, Jarrett Allen has been able to sit down for quite a while. So he should be pretty much rested for Tuesday. Sasser with a jumper right to the key that's no good. Offensive rebound, Duran. Mobley blocked it from behind. Holy Mobley! Evan adding to his stat sheet, and at the other end, Strus buries a three. Max Strus with the three ball to make it 114-80. Cunningham with a three. That's off the mark. Rebound grab by Harden. Ahead to Schroeder. Left corner Strus, three. That one hit the side of the rim. Rebound grab by Danis Jenkins. Jenkins through the center circle. Jenkins comes down the lane. Banks missed. Rebound corralled by Schroeder. Strus got knocked down, and now Asar Thompson and Strus are exchanging words. There's all sorts of security and assistant coaches head to the floor.
That's right, and that's the way it should be, Tim. Nobody else leave that bench.
This is the way it's supposed to be. Get these guys off the floor. We can understand the frustration, Tim, but I watched Thompson through this whole series. He's chippy. He's always on an edge, Tim. Flagrant fouls, overly aggressive.
So we got a technical foul as I read Mark Davis's lips. Technical foul on Strus, but we do have a foul called on Asar Thompson. So Thompson picks up the foul. And now Mark Davis is saying, hey, everybody out here. Everybody, as far as the teams were concerned, had gone to their benches.
Yep. And
Mark Davis, our crew chief, saying, no, get back out here on the floor. So with 5:51 to go, we'll have a free throw for Detroit. Again, Max Strus got hit with that technical foul. So we got him by the neck. Is that what you're saying, Serena? Serena said elbowed him in the neck.
Okay.
So here's Cade Cunningham at the line, hitting the free throw. See, Jim, we're going to have the pleasure to work with Serena for one more round, at least in the Eastern Conference.
That's right.
And now we'll have Strus at the other end shooting the free throw as Cunningham has a 13-point ball game, Jim. Cade Cunningham in the playoffs.
Yeah, tell us
29.3.
Is he part of the game, this guy with the gray hair right here? He's just sit down.
The Cavaliers have throttled Cunningham tonight. Strus hits that first free throw. And Max Strus now with an 8-point game. Again, Strus was inserted into the starting lineup
Made
tonight.
a difference, didn't it, Tim?
Opened up those passing lanes, opened up the driving lanes for the Cavaliers early on, and Jim, they responded with a 31-point first quarter and a 64-point first half.
Wow.
Strus hit them both. Strus with 9. And Cade Cunningham is out of the ball game. His season is over. Here's Sasser, right of the lane. Left corner to Ronald Holland, who's in, blocked by Mobley. Out of there with it, Strus, ahead to Donovan Mitchell. Mitchell falls down in the paint, got it to Strus, out front to Harden. James Harden's going to hold on to the basketball. And Kenny Atkinson wants time. 116-81. Cavaliers are heading to the Eastern Conference Finals as they've got a 35-point lead with 5:24 to go. We'll take a wild card timeout on the Medical Mutual Cavaliers Audioverse.
That first year in your new home matters. With preferred pricing, Redfin and Rocket Mortgage make the path to your next home easier. When you buy with a Redfin agent and finance through Rocket Mortgage, you can lower your interest rate by 1% for 1 year or choose up to $6,000 in closing credits. See how it works at rocketmortgage.com. or call 800-4ROCKET. Additional terms apply, not a commitment to lend. Rocket Mortgage, LLC, licensed in all 50 states. NMLS ConsumerAccess.org, number 3030.
That's the sound of a perfect paint project with Sherwin-Williams. Whether your next color play is a slam-dunk statement like edgy gold or a smooth and rich touch like fine wine, Sherwin-Williams has the perfect hue to up your game. And with delivery available on qualifying orders, your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams has everything you need to bring your vision to life. Sherwin-Williams, the official paint and coatings partner of the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Thank you.
Well, the Cavaliers have come into Detroit and have dominated the Pistons in Game 7 of the Eastern Conference semifinals. Cavaliers are now going to win their 6th straight Game 7. They are on a roll. As Mobley on the handoff to Schroeder. Schroeder right at the key, down the lane, lob right corner to Mitchell, got it out front to Wade. Wade on the left side to Mobley. To Merrill, 3, no. Rebound grab by Ronald Holland. He'll get it to Danis Jenkins. Jenkins into the paint at the other end. Bounce left of the lane. Up and under is Tolu Smith. As he has entered for Detroit, J.B. Bickerstaff has run up the white flag. Now Thomas Bryant, Jalen Tyson heading to the scorer's table for the Cavaliers. Here's Dennis Schroeder. Lob down low. Tolu Smith knocked it away. Out of there with it, Chaz Lanier for Detroit. Get it down the floor to Holland. In the middle to Lanier. Lanier back on the left side to Holland, and his three is good. Ronald Holland II with his first points makes it 116-86. 4:23 to go. Donovan Mitchell with a 26-point game tonight. Mitchell on the dribble on the right side. Mitchell right of the lane, lob to Mobley, and he's got a dunk. Evan Mobley now with 21, his fourth 20-plus point game in the playoffs. 4 minutes to go, and a foul is called on Mitchell. He has fouled out. Donovan Mitchell will head to the bench, understanding that for the first time in his 9 years in the NBA, he's heading to a conference finals. Donovan Mitchell has gotten over the hurdle, heading to the Eastern Conference Finals in 2026. As Mitchell will finish up the night with 26 points. Evan Mobley will call it a night. Evan will make his first appearance in a conference finals. And what a night for Evan Mobley. 21 points in the ball game to go along with 12 rebounds. Sam Merrill, Dean Wade also sitting down. It'll be Danis Jenkins at the other end shooting free throws. Jenkins hit them both. Well, I got to let my brother Dan know that I'm going to meet him in Poughkeepsie on Wednesday.
Oh, that's right.
That's
right. You got family. You got family there. I got family there, too. My daughter's there.
Yes, your daughter. Well, that'll be fun.
Yep.
Here's Keon Ellis, double-teamed in front of the Cavalier bench, knocked out of bounds, and it went off Keon Ellis. It went off Keon Ellis. And now Keon Ellis, he almost had the steal like Strus did. But that time, Keon got just a piece of the arm. And we'll have free throws at the other end for Danis Jenkins. So it'll be Jenkins shooting 2. But, Jim, as we are here in Motown in Detroit, am I allowed to say that the Cavaliers' trip to the Eastern Conference Finals is signed, sealed, delivered? You like that one? Is that all right?
Yeah, I do, Tim. But I'm just telling you right now that they faced a formidable foe in this Detroit Piston team. They led the Eastern Conference in wins and losses all season, Tim. They played exceptional. But just to show you how the Cavaliers have done, they've won 4 out of the last 5 games against a team that had won 60 during the season. I think we're a different team now, don't you?
Tyson out front. Tyson, desperation 3, missed it as the shot clock was going off. Rebound grabbed by Holland. Holland down the floor against Keon Ellis. Gives it to Tolu Smith. Smith to Sasser. Long 3, Sasser off the side of the rim, no good. Rebound, TB, Thomas Bryant. 3 minutes to go here in Detroit. Cavaliers up 118-90. Tyson, left side Bryant, 3-ball Thomas, nope. Rebound grab by Tolu Smith for Detroit. Smith crosses the half-court line. Smith against Naquan Tomlin. Into the paint, Danis Jenkins, and he got a bit of a push as he threw up the shot, so Jenkins will be shooting 2.
You know, Tim, after the last loss, everybody was saying, now they're going to go back to Detroit. Detroit has an advantage. Well, you would think they would. But in a 7th game, how many times have you seen it that the home team gets their butts kicked because of the amount of pressure and because there's no more mystery as to what you can do? It becomes a game of will. And that's what you saw tonight. The Cavaliers had an excellent game plan. You talked about it to start the show. They started Strus, which opened up the floor and other possibilities.
Jenkins hits both free throws. He's got 17. 2.5 left. And again, kudos to Kenny Atkinson. How about Game 7 making a lineup switch? Porter in the lane with a floater that rattled in and out.
That's what I'm saying, to put Strus in there. And usually he's in there anyway when it's closing time, so the guys were familiar with him.
Here's Danis Jenkins, 3-ball out front. Rim glass, no. Rebound grab by the Cavaliers, but then Tyson had it knocked out of his hands, out of bounds. So for the Cavaliers, after falling short the past couple of years in the Eastern Conference semifinals, get over that hump. They will play for a conference championship against the Knicks. And by the way, the Knicks, in case you aren't aware, playing some great ball. Bryant, corner 3-ball, missed it. Rebound grab by Danis Jenkins.
I tell you what, it's like the black hole. If Bryant gets it, there was no hesitation on that contested shot.
At the other end, 3-ball missed by Sasser. Ball goes out of bounds with 1:49 to go.
Come on, guys, let's keep them under 100.
118-92. Pistons low in the playoffs has been 88 right of the lane. Tolu Smith banks one in to make it 118-94. Here's Keon Ellis. Ellis, top of the three-point arc, left side to Tyson. Minute and a half to go. Bryant on the handoff to Tyson. Tyson back out front. Bryant swings it left side. Ellis wasn't looking for it, and Tomlin had cut to the basket. So the turnover will give it to Detroit. Getting back to the Knicks, I mean, they absolutely caught fire in the later stages of that Atlanta series and then swept Philly 4 straight. Bryant went up, lost the ball, got it back, banked it, missed it. Bryant showing a lot of rust, feeds Porter in the lane, and Porter has a layup. Craig Porter Jr. with his first 2 points of the playoffs. Makes it 120-94 with under a minute to go. Here's Tolu Smith. Gives it off to Ronald Holland. Holland, long 3, missed that one. Rebound, Craig Porter. And Jim, before the final seconds tick off, I just want to echo what you said about Detroit. Boy, what a turnaround JB has orchestrated here as Keon Ellis buries a 3 for the Cavaliers. But JB came here, and this franchise was really in the doldrums. And in 2 years, he turned things around rapidly. Got him to the playoffs last year. Best record in the East this year. As Detroit with a miss, Porter with a rebound, down the floor, Tomlin with a dunk. As Naquan Tomlin puts an exclamation point on this one. But this Detroit team is going to be a club to be battled with for years to come.
No question about it. You know, talking about your rival, well, it's them.
Sasser misses a 3, rebound Bryant. He'll give it to Porter, ahead to Ellis. Cavaliers can dribble out the clock.